Here on KHPQ. Tonight's game is brought to you by these fine sponsors: First Security Bank, Conway Regional Medical Center, Justin's Collision Repair and Towing, Joe Lee Chevrolet, The River Company Insurance Company, Blagg Law Firm, Davis Cash Lumber, Cowboy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Ozark Health Medical Center, by Goods Cash Saver, and by all the fine Yellow Jacket boosters. Tonight's live video stream on YouTube and Facebook, brought to you by Cowboy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and by First Arkansas Bank and Trust. And the player of the game each week, brought to you by First Arkansas Bank and Trust in Clinton. Now, let's join our announcers for tonight's game. KHPQ Sports Director Jeff Hall and announcer Mike Hawley. Get ready for tonight's Yellow Jacket football action on KHPQ.
Hey, good evening, Yellow Jacket fans. It's a football Friday night here in Dardanelle. The Yellow Jackets are back in action after a week off, and they will be taking on the Dardanelle Sand Lizards in the final non-conference game the 2021 season. We're just moments away from the kickoff. Glad you could join us. Jeff Hall will be with us shortly, and Ryan Jones is back in town, and he has got the live stream up and running tonight. It's good to have Ryan back on board with us here for the 2021 season. Yellow Jackets coming in with the record of 1 win, 1 loss, and that was 2 weeks ago as the Yellow Jackets rallied in the second half with 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter to beat Huntsville by a score of 28-21. The defense held on at the end. They held Dardanelle scoreless in that second half, and the offense took over and dominated in that fourth quarter. Dardanelle comes in with a record of 0-2, but do not be deceived. They played 2 of the Blue Bloods of Arkansas high school football. A loss at Boonville when their quarterback was out, and a loss last week to Charleston. And so 2 of the more premier programs in all of Arkansas high school football. So Dardanelle comes in 0-2. Jackets 1-1. Both teams would like a win as they will move on to conference action next week. Jackets will be on the road at CAC, and Dardanelle takes on Ozark. So big ball games looming for each team, and a win tonight would definitely make practice much better next week heading into those big contests. 2 weeks ago, the Jackets beat Huntsville. They held Huntsville scoreless in the second half. The offensive line dominated in the fourth quarter, and the Jackets came back to win. The Jackets had 335 yards on the ground. Nick Epley had 100 yards total, 60 on the ground, 40 through the air. Nathan Witt led the Yellow Jackets with 105 yards, and Cody Davis led the defense with 11.5 tackles. No turnovers for the Jackets, much better than the week before when they turned the ball over 4 times at Melbourne. Dardanelle traveled to Charleston, lost that game by a score of 36-9, but their quarterback was back, the coach's son, Drew Vega, and Vega totaled 378 total yards, 146 on the ground, 232 through the air on 16 of 28 passing. And we saw his little brother last night in junior high, and the Vega boys could definitely play some football. Seth Harper, a senior, had 6 catches for 60 yards, and junior Dakota Wilfong, 7 catches for 126 to lead the Sand Lizards. Last year, these 2 teams played at Clinton. It was the dedication of Jim Tumleson Field. Dardanelle came away with a 34-14 win last year. And you can hear the crowd down below me as the Yellow Jackets make their way onto the field. Talking about the series going back to 2002, going back 20 years. These teams have played 8 times. Dardanelle leads the series 5 wins to 3. And they lead here at Keenan Field here in Dardanelle, 3 wins to 1. The Jackets' only win here in Dardanelle was a big one. It came in 2005. The game ended scoreless. It was late in the season in 2005. The game ended scoreless. Clinton held Dardanelle from the 10-yard line in overtime, and then the Yellow Jackets scored on their first play of overtime to win by a score of 6-0 and claim a conference championship. And that's also the last time the Yellow Jackets have played an overtime game. You have to go all the way back to 2005 for that one. Dardanelle's won 4 straight over the Yellow Jackets, 2007, 2014, 2015, and 2020. And we're just moments away from football here. We've had the coin toss. Clinton will kick off to open the ball game. They'll be dressed in all white tonight, trimmed in black with gold helmets. And Dardanelle will be in their red home uniforms, trimmed in white with white pants.
And it's like old times. I was thinking on the ride over here, coming back to play the Sand Lizards. I told somebody just a bit earlier, they've had some pretty good years and some pretty good seasons, but it feels like an all-new matchup this time.
You throw out last year because of COVID. They only played 8 ball games total. They've won 8 games or more for 8 straight seasons. They have 79 wins over the last 8 years. That's the 3rd most in Class 4A. Only Warren in Nashville has won more games than Dardanelle in the last 8 years.
Here we go. The kick is in the air. Short kick down the field. Going to hit it about the 30 to the 23-yard line. Up the right sideline, just in front of the home field here at Keenan Field. Lizard Country, they call it. And it'll be a first down for the Sand Lizards. On a nice night for football. Still a little warm out, but a breeze blowing. We can feel that some in the press box.
Yeah, we got here about 5 o'clock, and from about 5:30 to 6:15, it rains. Some heavy, some light. We even had a rainbow over the field at one point, but it's blown on through. It's a cool evening. The field is a little bit damp, but it's a good night for football with a slight breeze blowing.
And the Sand Lizards going to open up in the shotgun there on the far hash, the home side, take the snap. Step to the left, turn back inside, back to the line of scrimmage. Not much. A helmet comes off of a Yellow Jacket. But it looks like they'll move the ball just up across the 30, maybe to the 31-yard line, and give a pickup of about 3 on the carry. Oh, got you there.
Dardanelle led by the coach's son, Vega. Awesome. He is a junior. We saw his brother last night, an 8th grader. Both great quarterbacks.
Here we go. To the left, hitting the backfield. Going to be dropped as the pile will fall just a bit, but it looks only to the 30-yard line, so a loss of a yard on the play. Going to break up 3rd and 8, 3rd and long early for the Sand Lizards.
But talk about that Yellow Jacket defense. Had a great second half last week. And they've picked up so far here in the first 2 plays of this one.
Opening minute of play. Stay in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Going to roll to the right. 4 receivers in the pattern. Going to throw it to the sideline. Diving catch. Inbounds. And it looks to be good for a first down up at the Sand Lizard 44-yard line.
Dakota Wilfong, number 2, one of his favorite targets. Wilfong had 60 yards on 6 catches 2 weeks ago. Vega can run, and he can throw. He amounted for, as we talked about, for 378 yards of total offense last week. And talking to some of their people before the ball game, they still don't think he's 100%.
Stay in the shotgun. 1 receiver wide right, 1 in motion. Goes behind the quarterback, looking to do an option. If they choose so, quarterback going to keep it. And back to the 45, a pickup of a yard at best. Bring up 2nd down. Good defensive play on the right side of that defensive line for the Yellow Jackets. This quarterback tried to string it out just a little bit, see what his options were to keep or pitch. Finally turned it up inside, but nowhere to run.
Yeah, Josh Witt really showed his athleticism there. That quarterback's going to read the defensive end. Josh was quick enough to take a step toward the running back, and that forced the quarterback to have to keep it, cut inside, and the Yellow Jackets had help there. Not a lot of defensive ends can cover both the quarterback and the pitchman, but Josh did.
3 receivers on the right. They'll put a 4th in the slot. In motion, looks to be a straight quarterback keeper to the right side. Gets to the end, turns it up at the 50, tackled forward right at the first down marker at the Yellow Jacket 46-yard line. That looked to be a design run all the way. They kind of overloaded that side. And it's good. Let's see, it may be just short. But on the Yellow Jacket side of the 50, facing a 3rd down and 1.
Yeah, tight end on that side and the receiver both came in and basically sealed off the corner.
And it might be 2 downs to pick up the first if they don't make up. Shotgun snap, run it up the middle. First down up to the 40-yard line. Or just short. And Dardanelle moving on the Yellow Jacket side of the 50. I think you mentioned the white jerseys earlier. Looks to those are new white jerseys this year. Is that correct?
Yeah, Nike jerseys this year. Uniforms look good.
here we go from the 41. Empty backfield again. 2 receivers to the right, maybe 3 on the left. A couple of those in tight at the end of the line of scrimmage. We'll see if one stays in the block. They do. Quarterback going to run pass behind the line of scrimmage. Caught, yards after the catch. Flag on the play up to the 35-yard line. This one may be coming back. That flag immediately.
Either a hold or maybe a block in the back out here. That second receiver, and it's going to be a holding. That second receiver acts as the blocker, and he got too much of the tackler on that one. That's the kind of the power option that you see a lot now in college football. He comes down instead of that's actually the pitch, even though it's a pass out to the side. That quarterback comes down, runs it right at the defensive end, and instead of a pitch, he can pass it across to the receiver. That's a Gus Malzahn play. He calls that the power option.
Empty backfield again. Short side of the field just in front of us. Motion now right to left in front of the quarterback. Take the handoff. Keep himself. And up to just across the 45, maybe the 44. And so after the penalty, regain the first down play. This will make it second. And about, 14, 15.
One of their favorite areas to run. They got a 3-year starter at center, a kid by the name of Zach Keene, 6'1", 315-pound all-conference center.
Look to the sideline for call. Ball in front of our broadcast position here on the visiting side. This time option again to the right. Going to stretch it out towards the Dardanelle sideline and stretched out of bounds by a couple of Yellow Jackets. Cody Davis was over there on the tackle as well. Let me see what other number comes out of there. Number 4 for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, that time the Yellow Jacket defensive end them made the move toward the quarterback that he made the pitch, but now it's 3rd and 8. I'm sure 4 down territory. Although watching in the pregame, they have an outstanding kicker. They could probably got a shot from 40 yards out. So
stay in the shotgun. Rolling to the left, turn it up inside. A little bit of a lane across the 35, up across the 30, near the 26, and that should be good for a Dardanelle first down.
Yeah, that's why Vega's so tough. He ran for 146 yards last week. Then you throw in 232 passing. He don't stay in the pocket long. He looks to run. That time he was, that was a pass play initially, but he gave up on it quickly and took off.
Break the huddle. Ball near the hash on the visiting side, below our broadcast position. Fake pass right, turn it up inside. Has a lane and brought down, and we'll see. It'll be close to another first down.
Nothing fancy there, just the fake the quick out, run straight ahead. I'm sure later in the game we'll see where he'll throw that quick out. That sets up another play.
Who was in on the tackle? Was that Isaac Bradford or Jared Brown? Josh Witt's also on that defensive line for the Yellow Jackets. They're running a 3-man front. 4 linebackers, 4 defensive backs. Fake the handoff again inside, up the middle, and be tackled in the secondary. Well, it'll take Zane Widener to come up and make the tackle.
Yeah, big hit by Zane Widener. That was the play we saw earlier, where they had a wing and a tight end on one side to steal it off. They're going to run that sweep. They fake the sweep, and the quarterback runs straight ahead. So we talk about one play sets up another one. They gave us a look of a sweep, but then it was just basically a quarterback draw.
Yeah, it's 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. Shotgun, motion right to left. Oh, that's off the hands, deep, back to the 20, near the 25. Tackled, brought down by Jacob Hutto all the way back at the 21-yard line, and just couldn't handle the snap on that one. The ball went flying backwards.
Yeah, ball could be a little damp. Well, so we got about 30 to 45 minutes of light rain before the game, so it could be a little damp. Great job by Hutto racing from his linebacker spot to make the tackle.
And the first significant loss tonight for Dardanelle behind the line of scrimmage. And looking to pass, going to roll to the right, going to have pressure, going to have to stop, pivot, turn back, now turn back to the right. Still defense in front of him, gets to the sideline, and hit out of bounds.
There's Hutto again.
And it may have lost yardage again. We'll see where he went out. It's a long way from our broadcast position. Did he get across the 25? No, I think the official's going to put the ball, I think he's going to put it maybe at the 26. They may have lost yardage again. Now it's going to be 3rd and goal. And what, they've got the ball
the 26-yard line.
26-yard line.
Hutto and Davis had great games last week for linebacker. And Hutto already flying around the field tonight.
Well, just when you think Dardanelle's in prime position, 1st and goal for the 5. Let's see what they do here. They're going to throw it into the end zone, behind the defense, and a touchdown. 26 yards on the throw and catch. It's Dardanelle 6, the Yellow Jackets 0.
Jackets brought pressure from the middle linebacker, but that was nothing fancy. That was just a skinny post route down the field, and the safeties can't let people get behind you, and he was wide open there for the touchdown.
And the Sand Lizards, let's see. Looks like they're going to set up for a kick. They got to get the right personnel on the field. As the band plays across from us, I don't know if you can pick that up from our mics. The snap, the hold, the kick is up. It's a pretty kick, and it's good. It's Dardanelle 7, the Yellow Jackets 0. Opening drive of the ball game. 5:13 remaining in the first quarter. You're listening to KHPQ in Clinton High School Sports.
Friday night at the stadium is not the time to worry about your finances. Let First Arkansas Bank and Trust ease your mind with their mobile banking capabilities. You can check your balance, transfer funds between accounts, and even find the nearest ATM for dinner after a road game. The free mobile app is available on the iTunes Store and Android Market. You can cheer loud and proud for the Yellow Jackets because First Arkansas Bank and Trust has you covered. See a branch for more details. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
The Yellow Jacket offense about to have their first opportunity tonight to touch the football. Maybe try to tie this one up. Here from Dardanelle. Good crowd tonight of Yellow Jacket fans. Just looking out the window below us here, making the drive over. It takes you about an hour and 15 minutes or so to get to Dardanelle. If you'll head down to Choctaw, get on the road to Morrilton, take Interstate 40 up to the Pottsville Dardanelle exit, and cross the Arkansas River. And you're here. The kick down the field inside the 20. Nick Epley has it. He's going to turn. He stays on his feet. It's a little more yardage. Looks like he's going to end up across the 20 at about the 22-yard line.
Dardanelle drives 73 yards for their touchdown. It was a Vega 26-yard touchdown pass to cap it off. So the Yellow Jackets have their opening possession of the ball game. Ashton Hoyle is back this week. He missed the first 2 games of the year. He was injured in the benefit game against Pottsville, but he is a big, strong lineman with experience, senior Ashton Hoyle.
He will definitely add some size to the Yellow Jacket line. Everyone in tight. The wing tee just got one split to the left. The handoff moving to the right. It's Epley. He gets to the corner untouched. He'll turn it up there, and it looks to be a good pickup. And I think they'll put him down with about almost a 7-yard pickup. Bring up 2nd down and 3.
And Yellow Jacket offense, you always want to get plus yardage, stay on schedule, as they say, and that allows the Yellow Jackets to set up other plays. Well, the offensive line played great last week, especially in the fourth quarter when they just totally dominated Huntsville at the line of scrimmage.
Tobin crouches low under center. The give, moving left to right, turns it up inside. It's Widener. He's got a seam. The 40, the 45, across the 50, all the way up to the Dardanelle 46-yard line.
Yeah, we saw Widener last week really come alive on offense. Scored a 16-yard touchdown run last week, and now a big run into Dardanelle territory on the trap play down to the Dardanelle 47.
Now we got a good look at this Yellow Jacket offense. Just looking out the window here from the visiting side press box. Tobin goes low. Widener's in the slot of the right side. They'll raise up, look to the sideline. Head coach Chris Dufran Stay in the wing tee to give the fullback dive straight up the left side. Not much room to the 45, maybe a yard at best. And that's Nathan Witt on the carry. Second down and 9.
Witt with 105 yards last week to lead about 5 different Yellow Jackets ball carriers.
And Nathan Witt was our first Arkansas Bank and Trust player of the game, I believe, in week 1. The ball game against Melbourne. Tobin's handoff right to left. Epley gets to the corner. He's got to stretch it out a little bit. Stays on his feet. Gets to the sideline. Down the sideline. Still on his feet. Nick Epley across the... Let's see where he went out of bounds. I thought it was across the 20. Looks like they're going to put it at the, let's say, the 25. So another first down. 2 big runs by the Yellow Jackets on this drive. The first by Widener. This one by Epley.
Yeah, a lot like that play Dardanelle ran. Yellow Jackets shifted from right to left. So you had a... wing back and a tight end switched from the right side to the left side. Overloaded that side of the line of scrimmage, and Epley had clear sailing around that end.
Ball's on the far hash now, the home side, wide side of the right. Handoff left to right, trying to find a hole. It's Widener. He's got a sand lizard at his feet. He'll dive forward, and looks like he'll gain the 20-yard line.
Trap play to the right. Josh Witt, the lead blocker. I'm out at Jim Thomason Field this week at 5:30 in the morning. It's dark. I'm putting my shoes on. I hear feet. All I can hear is sound. It's dark. And all of a sudden, it's Josh Witt running around the track at 5:30 in the morning. And he's a relentless young man.
Tobin low. It's out of the slot. Widener right to left to give us to Witt on the left side. Not much on this carry. Maybe he got a yard or so. It's going to bring up third. And we'll call it, 3rd and 4, maybe 3rd and 3. Maybe 4 down territory, though, as we say. If you don't get it here, you probably go for it on 4th down. Try to pick up the first.
Now
Landon Rose splits wide right.
To the right from his normal left tackle spot.
Give left to right. The handoff turns it up inside. Epley with it. And I think that's going to be a good for a first down. As Epley's going to be up at about the 12-yard line, maybe the 11.
Shows you Josh's versatility. It's a left tackle, but he went in motion to the right side and became a right tackle and was a lead blocker on that. The Yellow Jackets get a first down.
And the Yellow Jackets not quite at the 10. Well, let's see. I think they've got the chain still set. They could pick up a first down maybe if they had to. It says it's at the 13. Handoff, Epley. I think he gets to the line untouched. And they'll get a hand on him, swing him around. He's up near the 5-yard line. So another good gain. And at least 3 plays to score.
This drive started back at the Clinton 22. And they have moved the ball down the field. A couple of long runs by Widener and Epley. And have set the Jackets up for maybe a tying touchdown here.
Here we go. Looking to pull within a point. Hopefully tied up. Handoff, Epley again. Shifty is Epley. He kind of takes the handoff. There's a lot of traffic in front of the line of scrimmage. He'll kind of shift around, sidestep a little bit, try to find a hole. He does get to the right side. He turns it up, and it looks like it was good for a first down. So he's going to be inside the 3-yard line, so it's 1st and goal for the Yellow Jackets.
This shows fans there's 2 different ways to play football. Dardanelle pretty much moved the ball down the field with a pass, and the Yellow Jackets have pretty much moved the ball down the field on the ground.
And yet to attempt a pass on this opening drive. Tobin keeps it. Quarterback sneak, touchdown. Dardanelle 7.
And the Yellow Jackets have pretty much moved the ball down the field on the ground. And
yet to attempt a pass on this opening drive. Tobin keeps it. Quarterback sneak, touchdown.
And now they are a point away from tying this up with 50 seconds left in a very quick first quarter. Looks like the Yellow Jackets are going to go for 2.
And that's the set. Tobin, he's in the shotgun. He's got 3 receivers short on his right. It's Jacob Hutto standing to his right. Hardy's going to roll to his right, look into the end zone, going to throw it in the corner. Receiver falls down. Defender was there. It's incomplete. The 2-point conversion fails. It's Dardanelle 7, Clinton 6, 50 seconds remaining in the first quarter when we return. You're listening to KHPQ and Clinton High School Sports.
You know, life here wouldn't be the same without a sense of community. This is a wonderful place to live. The home of the Chuck Wagon races, Greers Ferry Lake, and of course, Joe Lee Chevrolet. You know, Joe Lee Chevrolet is famous for fairness, honesty, and square dealing. Now for 4 generations. Sure, you can buy a new Chevrolet car, truck, any other place, but this isn't anywhere. This is home. They invite you to come on down to Joe Lee Chevrolet, where they have large rebates and incentives plus low interest rates. Joe Lee Chevrolet, Highway 65 South in Clinton.
Here we go. We're back. And we get that set and sent over. There it goes. 7-6. Boy, it's a pretty sky out tonight in Dardanelle. Got pink and blues. Got not quite a full moon tonight rising to our left, kind of over the end zone. The band plays. Got a good crowd tonight.
And about 5:30, we had a great rainbow, really a dark-colored rainbow over the stadium.
Widener, Emberton. It's Emberton with the kick. Short down the left side, but it's going to roll, bound out of bounds. Looks to be at about the 20-yard line. Dardanelle will have it there. Well, I don't know. You could say both teams kind of had their way with the defense moving the ball down the field on the 2 opening drives. I don't know if that pattern's going to stay throughout the night. You say a shootout. Sometimes you think a shootout has a lot of passing and a lot of high scoring. It hadn't been too much passing in this one, mostly on the ground, but we'll see who can stop who first or maybe force a turnover.
Dardanelle with only 9 points so far this year. Of course, that came against Booneville and Charleston, but scored already here in the first quarter. Check your defense bent, but didn't break much last week. I have to have that same effort again tonight.
Here we go. Shotgun snap to the right. Gonna toss it out. Behind the line of scrimmage, I believe, but yards after the catch. And almost a first down. Looks to be up at the Dardanelle at their own 44. So you see that several times tonight. Again, we already have seen quite the runner quarterback is out of his position, but sometimes he'll just take the snap and he'll run to the left or run to the right and then just kind of up and pass it to a back ahead of him. That tackle was out of bounds. That did stop the clock. Shotgun snap, roll to the left, turn it up inside. First down. Dardanelle has it at their own 47-yard line.
Very quick and elusive. We saw his brother last night, an 8th grader, and it was a great junior high game last night. Jackets came up short 35-28, but coach's son is a coach on the field, but they're definitely very athletic. And basically kind of runs that power spread Gus Malzahn. As we said, he'll run it to the corners, and it has the option to run or pass out of that, which is the same in the old option as the run, handoff, or pitch.
And here we go. It might be the final play of the first quarter, under 20 seconds. Shotgun snap, motion, front of the quarterback, fakes the handoff, keep up across the 50, stays low to the ground, gets up to the Yellow Jacket 46. So not good for a first down. Looks like the final 6 seconds will tick off. Here in the first quarter, it's Dardanelle 7, Clinton 6. Stay with us. You're listening to KHPQ in Clinton High School Sports.
Wherever the river flows and however the game goes, the River Company is a proud sponsor of Clinton Yellow Jacket Sports. Just like in sports, you want someone who has your back. The professional team at the River Company Insurance does just that. They'll work hard to find you the most coverage at the best possible price. Whether it's business, farm, ranch, personal, or automotive, the team at the River Company will get you exactly what you need. Sports is a team effort, so come join the team at the River, formerly S&P Insurance.
We have partnered with Carti to bring world-class cancer treatment to Van Buren County.
Some chemos are between 1 to 2 hours to 8 hours. So when patient is sick, diagnosed with the cancer, traveling to Little Rock, that's a pretty long day for sick people.
Back in the old days, you had to get on the interstate, go to Conway or go to Little Rock to get your chemo treatments. My mom, for a year and a half, was able to take them right here in Clinton, Arkansas. Big peace of mind for my mom.
Ozark Health, your community hospital.
And and back to Dardanelle. I was telling Mike Holly I parked on the home side, ran on up to the home press box to get in at the last minute, and realized we weren't there. And looked across the field. There's a visiting press box. Now, I guess since last time we were trying, I don't remember being over here in last time, but they did have pizza over there. I felt bad, so I didn't grab a piece on the way through just to stop and run. So, yeah, familiar foe. A lot of history with Clinton and Dardanelle through the years.
Last time we were in that press box, I think we had catfish that night.
You know, I kept thinking, I was telling that we ate last time we were here, and so I was looking forward to that tonight. Shotgun snap, roll the left, pitch behind the line of scrimmage, caught behind the 50. Turns it up across the Yellow Jacket 45. That could be good for a first down at the 42-yard line.
I did go over there about an hour before the game at about 6 o'clock, and I met their PA announcer. He's been doing the PA for 31 years, and he is the father of U.S. Senator Tom Cotton. You got to talk to him before the ball game.
I thought of that as well, and it might have been Congressman Cotton when we were here last time. I remember we were in the press box one night. I think maybe it was campaign season, there we shook hands and had a visit there. Well, first down for the Sand Lizards. Yellow Jacket side of the 50, second drive of the night. They lead by a single point. And they're going to have to take a timeout. Dardanelle will take a timeout. You know, I was thinking on the way over here at Mike's, there's some of our longtime listeners. You know, this is the Yellow Jackets' third game of the season. They didn't play last Friday night. And maybe for me and a lot of our other old-timers, why didn't they play football last week? What's this thing called 0 week? And if you listen to the sports talk shows in the afternoon, they're talking about, or read Hootens, these teams are playing tonight, these teams aren't, and it's kind of different than it used to be.
Yeah, basically they give you now 11 weeks to play 10 ball games. The original intent was teams that went out of state to play somebody, give them a week to recover, but it's just kind of evolved now. All the coaches now use it for a bye week, and so instead of playing September 3rd like we normally would have, we played, August 27th. But you have 11 weeks now to play 10 games. So you got a week built in there somewhere for a bye week, which is probably good. Wear and tear on the players' bodies. Also the heat in August and September. And so, yep. Not sure why they don't call it week 1, though. It could be week 1 to week 11, but somehow it got called week 0.
Well, Dardanelle took a timeout. Previous play, make sure they get the offense just like they want it to be. They've looked sharp tonight. Shotgun snap, fake the handoff, pass out of the backfield behind the line of scrimmage, caught across the 40. Flag on the play, goes down at the 32. Let's see, that might be another offensive penalty against the Sailors. They haven't had many tonight, but they had one on the previous drive just in front of us here out near the sideline, or maybe was it a hold before? I don't know. Looks like a hold on this play, and that will negate the pickup. That's a spot foul, which means they walk it back 10 from the point of the foul, not necessarily where the play ended. And the official will sit it down at the Yellow Jacket 45. Keep it first down, so it looks like first and 13.
Jacket needs to take advantage of these penalties by Dardanelle. Got them backed up now, first and 15.
3 down linemen, 4 linebackers for the Yellow Jackets. 2 receivers on each side for Dardanelle. Single back, standing to the left. Shotgun snap to be taken at the 50. Going to roll to the left. Keeper, 45-40, stretches it out to the left side. Then push back at about the 37-yard line. Who came up with the tackle. Walking back to the huddle there for the Yellow Jackets. And that's Widener, I think, on the tackle. He's in the secondary along with Brody Emberton, Nick Epley, and it's Nathan Witt, cornerback on the right side.
Vega's got sprinter speed. You saw as soon as he sees an opening, he's gone. He had the option to pitch there, but he saw an opening, he took it. And
shotgun snap, fake the handoff, pass off the hands. It's kind of turned upfield, was ready to run and make the catch. Just couldn't pull it in off the fingertips.
That's once again that Malzahn influence on that power spread. On the old wishbone, it'd be fake. You got a handoff, you get the option to run, or you got an option to pitch. That fake to the handoff there, that was the old handoff to the fullback. And that pass, quick out the flat, that's what's now become the pitch out in these modern versions of the option. And the Yellow Jackets got a break there that he was off target. But that looks like it's a modern football, but its origins come from the 1960s wishbone.
Empty backfield. Set up strong right off the motion. Keeper, Vega, gets up inside, spins around. Looks to be good for a first down across the 30, up at about the 27-yard line. I don't know, we have to get with Coach Matthew Post tonight, keeping stats. The Vega, the yards are piling up on the quarterback rush, and the keeper is designed for him. Empty backfield again. 2 receivers on the left, 2 on the right, another in the slot. 9:45 on the clock, ticking here in the second quarter. Dardanelle 7, Clinton 6. We're going to have to remember to call out that score tonight in a ball game like this where the scoring is a little bit slow. Vega up inside, and he's going to get through a couple of would-be tackles before he makes the pile and push back. Looks to be just short of the 20-yard line. Pickup of about 7 on the carry.
You know, Vega's not real big, but you don't get usually a direct shot on him very often. He's so elusive.
Josh Witt for the Yellow Jackets, on the right side of the defensive line. Jared Brown on the left side. And now, let me double check. Have you got Austin Hoyle in now?
Ashton Hoyle there.
Yeah, Ashton Hoyle is in the nose guard position. Shotgun. Vega wants to pass. Caught out on the sideline, right side. And looks to be good for a first down. He spun around and down. Hutto was over near the tackle along with Epley. And also for the Yellow Jackets, Bryston Venable. It looks like a pretty imposing defensive line when you can put out Josh Witt, Ashton Hull, and Jared Brown, those 3 down linemen. We don't have our weights on the roster we're using tonight, but
Josh goes at about 280.
That's been something for head coach Chris DeFran here through these past several years. Seems like he's had lineman after lineman coming up through the program, and seemed to always have somebody to step into the shoes of a graduating senior. Vega going to keep it again up the middle. Flag on the play. They got him down low, and they won't let him go.
Good job that time of the defensive end on the right side because he took the pitch away. And that time he forced Vega to have to go right up the middle, and the Yellow Jackets had some help there. And now another penalty on Dardanelle, but they've had a couple so far tonight, and they've been able to get out of both jams.
Another holding call. It was first down, 1st and 10 from the 14, and officials going to walk it off back to the 26-yard line. So it's not quite what they have. They had it 1st and goal from the 5, and they had a bad snap back to the 26. So now they find themselves again at the 26, but it's first down, so they got at least 4 downs to do it, and they could pick up a first down short of the goal line. Going to throw it deep in the middle of the field. Got a receiver alone in the end zone on the run, and it's a touchdown. Dardanelle 13, Clinton 6.
Similar to the touchdown pass before, this time just right down the middle, just a go route down the center of the field toward the post. And he got the Yellow Jackets had looked like forced, a couple of corners and both safeties out there. Not sure if there's a miscommunication, but he ran right between both of them and was wide open for the touchdown. And once again, Dardanelle gets out of trouble and scores. Cruz for his second extra point of the night.
The extra point is up. Pretty kick, deep and high, and it's good. Dardanelle 14, Clinton 6, 8:02 remaining in the second quarter. You're listening to KHPQ and Clinton High School Sports.
Friday night at the stadium is not the time to worry about your finances. Let First Arkansas Bank and Trust ease your mind with their mobile banking capabilities. You can check your balance, transfer funds between accounts, and even find the nearest ATM for dinner after a road game. The free mobile app is available on the iTunes Store and Android Market. You can cheer loud and proud for the Yellow Jackets because First Arkansas Bank and Trust has you covered. See a branch for more details. Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Towing and recovery is the last thing you think about until you really need it. Then you really want the best.
There's only one name to call, Justin's Collision Repair, Towing, and Recovery. They have the largest and latest model recovery fleet in north central Arkansas. From small towing to heavy-duty towing, Justin's Collision Repair, Towing, and Recovery on Highway 65 in Clinton is the one to call, 745-2992. That's Justin's Collision Repair, Towing, and Recovery, 745-2992.
Up to the 30-yard line for the Yellow Jackets. That Nick Epley on the return. Clinton will have it there for their second offensive series of the night. Again, they trail by 8, 14-6 here at Dardanelle. Again, there's only been three drives tonight, so each one taking, I don't know, give or take a half a quarter apiece. And so we're halfway through the second quarter. Only the second time the Yellow Jackets have touched the football, but they pretty much had their way with the Dardanelle defense as they move the ball down the field on the ground. They haven't thrown a pass yet tonight, I don't think, have they, Mike Holly? And scoring on that first drive. And head coach Chris Dufran going to take a timeout. Timeout on the field. So, hey, I hope you're watching tonight as well as listening. Ryan Jones is with us tonight. You know, Ryan was our video engineer last year in season 1 of the Cowboy Dodge and First Arkansas Bank and Trust live stream. Not only can you listen now on KHPQ anywhere in the world through www.khpq.com on your home computer, your laptop, on your mobile device, either Apple or Android product, you can download the Hot Country KHPQ app. You can download the TuneIn app and also stream KHPQ. You can tell Alexa in your house, hey, Alexa, play Q92, and you can listen to the broadcast right now. But you can also watch it on the live stream on the KHPQ Sports YouTube channel or the KHPQ Facebook page. We had trouble in week 1 against Melbourne. We just could not get things internally connected, get the broadcast. We had first half trouble in the first home game against Huntsville. I think we had the second half, but tonight my phone said at 6:45, KHPQ is live. So Ryan's got the live stream, and I hope you're getting to watch tonight. Fumble in the backfield. Dardanelle has it. The first turnover of the night by the Yellow Jackets results in the Sand Lizard football. They're going to have it at the Yellow Jacket 15, and we talked about or mentioned earlier, it might be one of those nights you don't know if either defense can stop the offense, but if the offense can maybe stop themselves or an unfortunate turnover, and it gets it right back to Dardanelle here in the second quarter.
Just a missed handoff that time between Tobin and Epley. I'm not sure if Epley had got maybe past Tobin a little bit, but it was definitely, we don't see that very often, but a missed handoff there. Ball hit the ground. Nick tried to get back on top of it, but a defensive lineman for Dardanelle had the inside track, makes the recovery, and now Dardanelle, who scored in their first 2 possessions, is set up at the Clinton 16-yard line.
And so in a slow-moving game, where you hadn't stopped the offense yet, you kind of think, hey, we may need to get a stop here and not let them take a 2-score lead. Vega went tackled in the backfield, brought down at the ankles. Let's see, was that Rose, I think, came in with the tackle and got Vega low. And that hadn't happened too many times tonight. When Vega's got the football and got up through the middle of the field, he's usually picked up 5 or 6, but he stopped, and it's 2nd down and 10.
Great open field tackle by Landon Rose there. And if you can tackle Vega in the open field, you've definitely done something. Good play there.
Just what the defense needed. Let's see what they can do here. Dardanelle with the football. The Yellow Jacket 15. Motion left to right. Play clock down to 2-1. They get it off just in time. Vega with the option to the right side. Pitch trying to get to the corner. And near the pylon. Hits the pylon. Touchdown. Touchdown Dardanelle from the 15. Sand Lizards 20. Clinton 6.
And they went with a 12 sets with 1 running back and 2 tight ends, and just sealed off the corner. And he runs in 15 yards for a touchdown. And just like that, in 2 plays after the Yellow Jacket turnover, Dardanelle's back on the board, and Cruz is on the field looking for his 3rd extra point of the first half.
You know, just like Coach draws it up, we had a good look at that. You had good blocking out in the secondary, sealing off that corner, and it gave enough room to stretch out, get to the pylon. The kick is up and good. Dardanelle 21, Clinton 6. 6:57 the second quarter when we return. You're listening to KHPQ in Clinton high school sports.
The all-new Cowboy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram & Clinton is gearing up for football season. Yep, we've got a huge lineup of Rams that are sure to fit all of your tailgating needs. So put on that lucky jersey and score huge savings during the summer clearance event. Can't wait to see you at the all-new Cowboy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram & Clinton and at cowboycdjr.com.
Life is better with football. And with First Security. We have the resources and the know-how to tackle your needs, plus a local team you can count on. So you're making better plays because First Security is making better happen during this season and every season. What's your better? Get there with us. Stop by your local First Security Banking Center or visit us online at fsbank.com today. First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And here we go on the return. Going to get it up good field position up near the 38-yard line. Nick Epley again on the return. Nick's, I guess that's Nick's folks just down in front of us here. They got bright gold shirts on with Epley, number 3, and senior 2021.
Jackets need to get back to work here now, down by 2 scores. It's midway through the second quarter. If you have an early big drive, this might be it. You want to try to stay close.
Tobin's in the shotgun, maybe for the first time tonight, but he's going to run. Gets it to the corner. He's got a block by Epley. Does a stiff arm at the 50, out of bounds. Looks like a first down. That may have been Nathan Witt or Zane Widener with the block. It helped spring or give Tobin that angle to the sideline. The first down, he goes out of bounds. It's going to stop the clock.
I think Tobin said, if you can run, I can too. We've seen Vega run all night tonight. Tobin got a little of that action himself there. Got to the corner, and Harley, too, is a true run-pass threat.
Looking right down the line of scrimmage from our vantage point in the press box. This time he's going to roll to the right. I think he could run or pass. He's going to keep it, stay on his feet, up across the Dardanelle 45, maybe the 43-yard line. Pickup of about 6 on the carry.
Good run that time. He went left the first time. He bounced out to the right. This time ducked in, then ducked back out. And going to pick up 6 yards. Make it 2nd and 4 here. Looks like just from the naked eye, looks like the Yellow Jackets probably have a size advantage. Offensive line compared to the Dardanelle defensive line.
Shotgun snap, inside quick pitch to Widener, moving from right to left. He's running parallel to the line of scrimmage and brought down there by a couple of sand lizards. No gain on the play. Going to bring up 3rd and 4.
Give Dardanelle credit. They were able to get out on the corner, string that out until they got help and brought down Widener. Widener, you want to get to the corner and then try to cut up, but there was nothing there. And so now 2 plays to get 5 yards here for the Yellow Jackets.
Ball's on the near hash for our broadcast position. They're going to shift the line to the left. Ashton Hull and Zane Widener move to the left. That's the short side. That's where the ball is going to go. The handoff to Epley. He's got a block. 40, 35, sideline, out of bounds. Up at the 26, 27-yard line. A pickup of about 16, maybe 17 on the carry and a first down.
Yeah, came with the short side. They rolled Ashton Hoyle and Widener from right to left in motion. And it's pretty simple. There was more gold helmets than there were red helmets on that side of the field. And then you put Epley behind that, and he is hard to find. And Epley picks up the first down, and Jackets have it down at the Dardanelle 28.
And who says the big lineman can't move quick? Did you see Ashton Hoyle on that shift and that motion come over and set up on the right side, the left side? And he hustled over there. He was ready to go and help block out that left side. The handoff is to Witt. He's going to try to swing out of it. He does swing out of a would-be tackler enough to maybe get, let's see. Did he get back to the line of scrimmage? But he did a lot there to keep on his feet. Maybe save a loss of a yard or 2. It's 2nd down and 10.
He had a big game last week. We're still some tape on that left hand. He injured that in practice 2 weeks ago. Did not miss a game, though, and he's out there again tonight.
Here we go. Hand off to the right side. Jacob Hutto. We haven't called Jacob's name too many times tonight. He runs tough inside, kind of coming out what we'd kind of consider a fullback position. This time he kind of takes the handoff, going to the right, kind of maybe trying to get behind some blockers there on a little bit of off tackle on the right side. But not much, maybe a yard at best. It's going to be at least, I think, our 3rd and 9 from the 27, so maybe a couple of downs to pick up the first.
Nick in the slot. Last week he had a huge catch out in the flat in that fourth quarter rally.
Shotgun roll. 4 receivers in the pattern. Tobin gets away from the defender, going to throw it up high, out of bounds, up near the 10-yard line. 4th and 9, 4:04 remaining in the second quarter. Clinton trailing 21-6.
Got flushed out of the pocket there. Did avoid a sack, but it had to throw on the run. Dardanelle had pretty good coverage down the field. And the pass was high and out of bounds, but the Yellow Jackets live to play another down here. It's 4th down and almost 10. The Jackets will go for it here with 4 minutes left in the second quarter. Last week they had a 4th and 10 in the fourth quarter. That was that great play when they brought pressure off the corner, and he was right in Harley's face, and he made a pass in the flat to Epley about 5 yards short of the first down, but Epley shook off a blocker and got the first down.
Tobin going to go up under center, and he may have forced the Sand Lizards to jump off sides.
Yeah, I think Yellow Jackets jumped on the right side.
And instead we're walking back with the right side. So it may have been the first time on this drive he's gone under center. Remember, he's been out of the shotgun, and you saw players jump.
I think the initial play there was to go under center, try to draw them off sides and make it 4th and 5. But the Yellow Jackets themselves on that right side jumped early, and now it's 4th and 15.
From the 32, got to pick up a first down. They're going to need to get to the 18 or so. Take the handoff quick inside, going to throw it across the middle, off Epley's hands. Dardanelle with the interception. Gets the left side, and that's that Dalton Wilfong with the football. That came off Nick Epley's hands, and Wilfong was behind the play, and it'll be the second turnover of tonight. Now this one's a little bit deeper on the end of the Dardanelle side of the field, unlike the Yellow Jackets, 15, I think, when the fumble happened earlier. But Dardanelle back with the football and the lead, and there's 3:57 remaining in the second quarter.
Yeah, Nick was cutting across that zone there, and I think he was open, but the pass was just a little bit behind him. He reaches back, gets a hand on it, and that tipped the ball in the air and is picked off by Wilfong. I think if the pass would have led him a little bit, that would have been a big play for the Yellow Jackets. Now the defense has got to keep Dardanelle out of the end zone here before the half. The Yellow Jackets will get the ball to start the second half.
Dardanelle's had the football 3 times. They've scored 3 times. Shotgun snap. Vega going to keep it all the way to the sideline.
Yellow Jackets shifted as Dardanelle shifted, try to get as many players as they did on that right side of the field. Still going to pick up 6, almost 7 yards on first down.
Second down, and that stopped the clock, I believe, with the ball going out of bounds, the tackle out of bounds. Coach Joe Hudson signals in the defense for the Yellow Jackets. Assistants also on that sideline, Jordan Benson and Jesse Wilson.
Dardanelle's got a couple of timeouts left, 3:52, so they got plenty of time here. Jackets need to stop, and like I say, get that ball to start the second half. And now Dardanelle forced to take their second timeout. They couldn't get lined up.
Let's go ahead and take a quick break. You're listening to KHPQ in Clinton High School Sports.
Friday night at the stadium is not the time to worry about your finances. Let First Arkansas Bank and Trust ease your mind with their mobile banking capabilities. You can check your balance, transfer funds between accounts, and even find the nearest ATM for dinner after a road game. The free mobile app is available on the iTunes Store and Android Market. You can cheer loud and proud for the Yellow Jackets because First Arkansas Bank and Trust has you covered. See a branch for more details. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Towing and recovery is the last thing you think about until you really need it. Then you really want the best.
There's only one name to call, Justin's Collision Repair, Towing, and Recovery. They have the largest and latest model recovery fleet in north central Arkansas. From small towing to heavy-duty towing, Justin's Collision Repair, Towing, and Recovery on Highway 65 in Clinton is the one to call, 745-2992. That's Justin's Collision Repair, Towing, and Recovery, 745-2992.
Down in 3. They're their own 33. And Vegas going to roll wide right. Coming up, tackled out of bounds. He may have lost a yard on the play.
Cody Davis coming all the way across the field from his linebacker spot and made a great tackle. And now a big third down play for this Yellow Jacket defense. Davis led the Jackets with 11.5 tackles and a sack last week against Huntsville, or 2 weeks ago.
I think that Braxton Venable is also coming in to going to make an assist on that if needed on that previous play across the field. It looks like his family's just down below us, our broadcast position as well. They got shirts on tonight, his name and number on the back. So 3rd and 4. Yellow Jackets have yet to stop the St. Louis tonight. Will this be the drive?
Ooh.
Option, left side. Turns it back up, 40. Tackled, taken down hard at the 42-yard line, and it's a first down for Dardanelle.
Well, Landon Rose almost picked off that pitch. He rolled down the left side of the line, pitched to the running back, and Landon was just about a half second late from getting there. He almost picked that off in the air, but it'll be another first down for Dardanelle. Watching the younger Vega last night in the junior high game, they ran that option, and several times Clinton had players all around him, but he was so cool and under control, he didn't panic, and his older brother shows the same type of instincts. When players are around him, he doesn't panic.
Vega starts right. It's going to run and spins away from a tackle. 50-45, 35-30. Giving chase is Nick Epley. And all the way down inside the 15-yard line. It'll take Spencer Bannister coming in to make the tackle. Maybe he went out of bounds at the 17, but a big run by Drew Vega.
If Vega is not 100%, I don't want to see him when he's 100%. He has been running up and down the field tonight. Now Harley Tobin checks in, one of the team's best tacklers. He's going to come in now, play kind of a defensive end, outside linebacker spot. And now, I was supposed to say a timeout. I'm not sure, maybe an injured. Well, we're going to restart the play clock, looks like. So here we go.
I think we've only taken a minute off this drive. 2:57, second quarter, 21-6. They started on their end of the field. Now they're at the Yellow Jackets' 17-yard line.
Dardanelle has only scored 9 points all season, albeit good competition. Already has 21 here.
Vega starts left, turns it back up inside, and up near the goal line. Vega goes down, maybe the 2, and another good run.
One thing about this, though, Vega runs so much. You know, if you're Dardanelle, you always have to worry. A long season, and he takes a lot of hits. He goes down. They're probably a different ball club than they were the first game of the year when they were shut out by Boonville.
The play before kind of had to spin off some would-be tacklers. Kind of up how that time kind of had some lanes once they got across the line of scrimmage. Have to see their set like that. Again, they spread the field a little bit. They never have more than one back in the backfield with Vegas, sometimes an empty backfield. So maybe that's going to spread your defense from right to left across the width of the field. And so once he breaks that line of scrimmage, there's not as many would-be tacklers. And there's some lanes there. Shotgun snap, going to keep it up the middle. And that's a touchdown. Dardanelle 27, Clinton 6.
Yeah, nothing fancy there, just the quarterback draw out of the shotgun. Vega pretty much moved it all the way down the field, so he's going ahead and get the final yard there. And Cruz comes in now for his 4th extra point of the first half.
Three for 3 on extra point attempts tonight are the Sand Lizards. Number 4 coming up. Snap the hold, the kick. Boy, he's got a good leg. He can boot it, and it's 28-6. 2:07 remaining in the second quarter. You're listening to KHPQ and Clinton High School Sports.
Wherever the river flows and however the game goes. The River Company is a proud sponsor of Clinton Yellow Jacket Sports. Just like in sports, you want someone who has your back. The professional team at the River Company Insurance does just that. They'll work hard to find you the most coverage at the best possible price. Whether it's business, farm, ranch, personal, or automotive, the team at the River Company will get you exactly what you need. Sports is a team effort, so come join the team at the River, formerly S&P Insurance.
The all-new Cowboy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram & Clinton is gearing up for football season. Yep, we've got a huge lineup of Rams that are sure to fit all of your tailgating needs. So put on that lucky jersey and score huge savings during the summer clearance event. Can't wait to see you at the all-new Cowboy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram & Clinton and at cowboycdjr.com.
So I think that's Nathan Witt. Oh, did they do the double hand? They did a handoff. Was that Widener? 35-40. And the Yellow Jacks will have good field position with 2 minutes to go here before the halftime break.
Jackets have done a pretty good job tonight on these kickoffs returning. They've been getting good field position every time. That time they tried a little trickery, but I think the penalty flag is going to negate that, and the Yellow Jackets will probably have their worst field position of the night.
Well, I hope you were watching the live stream. I didn't really describe that well, but Ryan Jones is broadcasting here on the KHPQ Sports YouTube channel or the KHPQ Facebook page, and maybe you got to watch that one. As my colleague said, it's all for naught. It's coming back on a penalty, but good thought, good timing, and almost got the Yellow Jacks to the 40-yard line. With just 2 minutes remaining in the first half of play, they trail 28-6. A couple of turnovers have hurt the Yellow Jacks tonight. Scored on their opening drive when we had a tie ball game, but since then, a fumble and an interception. This time it's a handoff right to left, turns it back up the middle, and Nick Epley with a big carry all the way up to the 35-yard line. 15-yard pickup and a first down. And let's see if that may force Clinton to play fast. Of course, they will have to set the chains, the line gang, with the first down. That'll stop the clock, at least for a moment. That only took 6 seconds off the game clock.
Epley already with a big first half for the Jackets.
Tobin crouches low under center. Give right to left. That's Widener with it. Got a Sand Lizard in front of him, and he goes down at the 34. May have lost a yard on the play. Good job of staying home by the Sand Lizards. I guess that Yellow Jack, when you're running that wing tee and running that trap, bringing somebody from the slot out of the right side, you may have a little trapping going on with the lineman there, some movement. Got to maybe have a pull blocker coming, and sometimes your hope is that defense will get caught up in who's moving right to left, go the wrong way, and leave a gap there or hole. But that looked like a good job of staying home on the right side by Dardanelle, and he was right there waiting on Zane Widener. Handoff right to left. Nick Epley sees Sandler's is in front of him, tries to reverse his field, and he slips down behind the line of scrimmage. Loss on the play. Looks to that's going to bring up about maybe a 3rd and 14.
Yeah, we talked about the field's probably a little damp. Like I say, there's about 45 minutes of light rain from 5:30 to about 6:15, and that time Nick tried to put his cleats in the ground, stop, and go the other direction. Feet went out from under him, and now the Yellow Jackets are backed up on a 3rd and 15.
We're down to 37 seconds. The Yellow Jackets don't pick up a first down here. They might not. They want to use a first down on their own side of the 50. Timeout, excuse me. Caught, drag across the middle, 40, 45. Tackle there. And a first down and stopping the clock with 26 seconds remaining in the half.
Nice play, drug the tight end across the field underneath the zone, made the catch, got upfield, and a first down for Clinton. At the 45, Jackets take a timeout with 26 seconds left here in the first half.
Let's keep it here. I've noticed I'm standing in the room here again. The picture on the live stream tonight, it's clearer than looking out the window. At least the windows, the glass you have to look through. It's clear below me, but the glass got a beautiful picture. If you're looking at it, though, there's some things in the way. There was a lollipop in the way. Now there's the backside. The Dardanelle band's getting ready to set up to march at halftime. And they've got it must be Candyland night or something. They got swirled lollipops and things like that. So there's a little bit blocking your view that we can't do much about right now. But that is a really clear, sharp picture if you're watching on the KHPQ Sports YouTube channel or the Facebook page.
Hey, I want to remind everybody the Clinton Yellow Jacket football stakeout is tomorrow. It was scheduled for last week, was postponed. It'll be tomorrow. If you got your steak already bought. You can pick it up tomorrow, but there's still time. If you can purchase at the event tomorrow in Cash Saver parking lot. All the money goes back to the Clinton Yellow Jacket football program, and so it's a great fundraiser event put on by the Yellow Jacket football team and all the folks down at Cash Saver.
Out of the timeout, 26 seconds. Quick pass, left sideline. Caught up across the 50, tackled inbounds at the 47, and that's going to force Clinton to take a timeout there. They couldn't afford to let those seconds tick off the clock. Hey, that in the stakeout, if folks, I mean, they may sell, 300 or 400 steaks tomorrow for that. I'm not sure how many the pre-cook total is, but at least if you like it. If you enjoy eating steak, you're going to really like the taste and flavor of that. Steve Good, maybe Tim Clark might come over, set up the big grill steaks, I guess, out of Good's Cash Saver that they'll provide. He really knows how to cook out on the grill, and I think you'll be
Steve Good's
pleased.
going to do the cooking tomorrow. They're planning on cooking 500 steaks tomorrow afternoon, and some are already pre-sold. But like I say, you can come down and I think steak, baked potato, a drink. And so all that, all the money goes for a great cause back to the Yellow Jacket football program. Equipment that we need, meals on the road, things like that, provided by your help and your donations, and for fundraising events like this. And you can. What if it's in years past? They set up tables. You can sit down and eat, or you can carry that with you. I don't know if COVID this year, if you can sit out and eat, or what the plan is. Maybe you can do both. But here we go. Back to play. Oh, Holy Tubman's going to drop back, heave it down the field. Jump ball with Epley and Wilfong. It's go off the hands, incomplete. There's a flag in the backfield. Hey, this might be some type of, is it going to be a roughing the passer or something against the defense with 10 seconds remaining in the half? Possibly roughing the passer, but now I see the umpire talking about the line of scrimmage. I thought maybe they might have struck Hurley in the head or something. Well, he dropped back, looked like he kind of wound it up there and ready to throw it deep. The Yellow Jackets are moving backwards. So that'll probably be, if it is, Yellow Jackets probably maybe look to run out the clock here. They will get the ball. I didn't see it. It was behind the pass. I didn't look. I kind of assumed for a minute there it might be some type of roughing the passer just because where the flag was in the backfield and where I thought Harley was alone. Offsetting penalties, illegal receiver downfield against Clinton, roughing the passer against Dardanelle. They'll replay the down. So that maybe hurt you on the offensive side if that could have been possibly maybe a 15-yard pickup, which could have put you for a final play or two, or you could throw it into the end zone. But now the football remains at the 47 of Dardanelle. 10 seconds, so you might have time for a couple of plays with no timeout. If it's a first down, the clock's going to stop momentarily, certainly if it's out of bounds. The Dardanelle 47, shotgun. Tobin, quick pass, left side, try to get, and a drop. Falls incomplete, 8 seconds remaining in the quarter. Third down at the Dardanelle 47. Trying to hit Brody on Emerton on that inside kind of slant play. I think Brody probably looked up, see if he had running room before he caught the ball. And we go incomplete, but that's at least that does stop the clock, and the Yellow Jackets will get another play here from the 47-yard line of Dardanelle. Trailing 28-6 here. And Tobin again in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Down the left side. Caught. Widener. 25, 20. One defender trying to shake loose. Inside the 10. Still on his feet. Stretching. Oh, the ball comes loose at the goal line. Backwards. Zeros on the clock. Wow. I don't see a touchdown signal. I don't know who recovered it. He was short of the end zone. Coach Chris Dufran's got his arms up, asking for a touchdown. Boy, what a fight. Yards after the contact for Zane Widener as he tried to bull himself into the end zone. He just ran a go route down the sideline. Dardanelle was going to let him catch it, keep everything in front of him, and then make the tackle. But Zane Speedy got down as he tried to bull himself into the end zone. He just ran a go route down the sideline. Dardanelle was going to let him catch it, keep everything in front of him, and then make the tackle. play before, we lost about 5 or 6 seconds on the offsetting penalty play. If we had 5 more seconds, we could have run a play from the 1-yard line. So those 5 seconds did come into play. The Yellow Jackets will not get another play. Coach Christy Fran talking to the officials at the goal line, but I don't think that's going to be all for naught as the Yellow Jackets head to the locker room trailing 28-6 here at Dardanelle.
Stay with us. You're listening to KHPQ and Clinton High School Sports.
Steve Good at Goods Cash Saver says you can learn a lot about life by playing sports. You may never be the biggest or the fastest, but you can always try to be the very best and give 100%. And that's what they do every day at Goods Cash Saver. Even though they don't have the biggest building, they try to have every item that you might need in groceries. They also overachieve every day in their meat department. So when you're looking for a place to shop, give Goods Cash Saver a try. A supermarket that cares about you and your community and says, go Yellow Jackets.
Conway Regional has been the community's hospital for 100 years, providing high-quality, compassionate care. As our community continues to grow, we're growing alongside you to ensure all your healthcare needs are met right here in Conway. When your family needs emergency care, you can trust our board-certified providers to provide you with the comprehensive care you deserve when you need it most. When you're facing an emergency, trust the care you'll find down the hallway, not down the highway. At Conway Regional, we're not just growing, we're growing together.
Friday night at the stadium is not the time to worry about your finances. Let First Arkansas Bank and Trust ease your mind with their mobile banking capabilities. You can check your balance, transfer funds between accounts, and even find the nearest ATM for dinner after a road game. The free mobile app is available on the iTunes Store and Android Market. You can cheer loud and proud for the Yellow Jackets because First Arkansas Bank and Trust has you covered. See a branch for more details. Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
You know, life here wouldn't be the same without a sense of community. This is a wonderful place to live. The home of the Chuck Wagon races, Greers Ferry Lake, and of course, Joe Lee Chevrolet. You know, Joe Lee Chevrolet is famous for fairness, honesty, and square dealing. Now for 4 generations. Sure, you can buy a new Chevrolet car, truck, any other place, but this isn't anywhere. This is home. They invite you to come on down to Joe Lee Chevrolet, where they have large rebates and incentives plus low interest rates. Joe Lee Chevrolet, Highway 65 South in Clinton.
The Blagg Law Firm is a proud supporter of Clinton High School Yellow Jacket sports. When you need an attorney, call the Blagg Law Firm. Whether it's an injury accident, criminal defense, DWI, family dispute, or Social Security disability, Ralph Blagg believes in equal justice for all. Located on Court Street in downtown Clinton and on the internet at blagglaw.com. The Blagg Law Firm, a proud supporter of Clinton High School sports.
F.L. Davis Cash Lumber, your Ace Hardware store, is a proud sponsor of Clinton Yellow Jacket Sports. F.L. Davis Cash Lumber can help with your electrical, plumbing, paint, tools, hardware, and flooring needs. They're a full-service hardware store and lumber yard. F.L. Davis can provide you with everything you need for your residential or commercial projects. The knowledgeable staff is always on hand to answer your questions. Visit F.L. Davis Cash Lumber, your Ace Hardware store. Same place, now Ace.
Life is better with football. And with First Security. We have the resources and the know-how to tackle your needs, plus a local team you can count on. So you're making better plays because First Security is making better happen during this season and every season. What's your better? Get there with us. Stop by your local First Security Banking Center or visit us online at fsbank.com today. First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The Blagg Law Firm is a proud supporter of Clinton High School Yellow Jacket sports. When you need an attorney, call the Blagg Law Firm. Whether it's an injury accident, criminal defense, DWI, family dispute, or Social Security disability, Ralph Blagg believes in equal justice for all. Located on Court Street in downtown Clinton and on the internet at blagglaw.com. The Blagg Law Firm, a proud supporter of Clinton High School sports.
Friday night at the stadium is not the time to worry about your finances. Let First Arkansas Bank and Trust ease your mind with their mobile banking capabilities. You can check your balance, transfer funds between accounts, and even find the nearest ATM for dinner after a road game. The free mobile app is available on the iTunes Store and Android Market. You can cheer loud and proud for the Yellow Jackets because First Arkansas Bank and Trust has you covered. See a branch for more details. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
The all-new Cowboy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Raymond Clinton is gearing up for football season. Yep, we've got a huge lineup of Rams that are sure to fit all of your tailgating needs. So put on that lucky jersey and score huge savings during the summer clearance event. Can't wait to see you at the all-new Cowboy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Raymond Clinton and at cowboycdjr.com.
Towing and recovery is the last thing you think about until you really need it. Then you really want the best. There's only one name to call, Justin's Collision Repair Towing and Recovery. They have the largest and latest model recovery fleet in North Central Arkansas. From small towing to heavy-duty towing, Justin's Collision Repair Towing and Recovery on Highway 65 in Clinton is the one to call, 745-2992. That's Justin's Collision Repair Towing and Recovery, 745-2992. You know, life here wouldn't be the same without a sense of community. This is a wonderful place to live. The home of the Chuck Wagon Races, Greers Ferry Lake, and of course, Joe Lee Chevrolet. You know, Joe Lee Chevrolet is famous for fairness, honesty, and square dealing. Now for 4 generations. Sure, you can buy a new Chevrolet car, truck, any other place, but this isn't anywhere. This is home. They invite you to come on down to Joe Lee Chevrolet, where they have large rebates and incentives plus low interest rates. Joe Lee Chevrolet, Highway 65 South in Clinton.
Hi, I'm Dr. Heath McCarver with the Conway Regional Advanced Pain Management Center. Our highly skilled pain management specialists evaluate, diagnose, and provide interventional treatment for a wide range of pain disorders, including acute pain, chronic pain, and cancer pain. When you need relief from pain, the Conway Regional Advanced Pain Management Center is here to help. For more information, call 501-358-6560 or visit conwayregional.org.
F.L. Davis Cash Lumber, your Ace Hardware store, is a proud sponsor of Clinton Yellow Jacket Sports. F.L. Davis Cash Lumber can help with your electrical, plumbing, paint, tools, hardware, and flooring needs. They're a full-service hardware store and lumber yard. F.L. Davis can provide you with everything you need for your residential or commercial projects. The knowledgeable staff is always on hand to answer your questions. Visit F.L. Davis Cash Lumber, your Ace Hardware store. Same place, now Ace.
And the band plays on. An impressive performance underway here. Candyland night here at Dardanelle at Keenan Stadium. It's Lizard Country, and the Dardanelle High School band out on the field before us. And they're putting on quite a show. We got a good sound. Even we're behind them as they're projecting to the home side. Dardanelle has 2 press boxes. They got a large home press box, and then they got a visiting press box. So we're over here on our side. Got a lot of folks from Clinton here tonight as well. Made the trip over about an hour and 15 minutes from Clinton. And for the football game, Game 3 here of the 2021 Arkansas High School football season for the Yellow Jackets. It's the final non-conference ball game for Clinton scheduled, and we'll hit conference play next week. I think that's going to be, to pull up the current schedule in front of me, I've been telling myself that's Central Arkansas Christian next week on the road. I may have to double check that before the night's over. And the trip down to North Little Rock, would be looking forward to that. And for that, but Coach Matthew Post is also on the road with us tonight. He's been keeping stats in the first half of the ball game tonight. And I think the stat for Dardanelle would be how many yards does the quarterback Drew Vega have, primarily on the ground tonight. But they run a triple threat offense with him. He can run, he can throw, he has options going down the line, and a lot of look like design plays well. And he has piled up some yardage tonight on the way to these 4 Dardanelle touchdowns that we've seen in the first half tonight for the Sand Lizards.
Yeah, we've had a tough night with Drew Vega. So far, he's 5 for 6 in the air for 78 yards and 2 touchdowns. 18 rushing attempts for 135 yards, 7.5 an average, and 1 touchdown. Hopefully we can wear him down as the game goes, because 18 is a lot of carries for a quarterback. Offensively, we've been moving the football, but we've had 2 turnovers that have cost us. We're averaging 7.1 yards a play to Dardanelle's 7.8. So we're moving the football. We've got 68 yards in the air, 125 on the ground. But once again, the 2 turnovers are coming back to get us. Tobin is 3 for 7 for 68 yards and 1 interception. Epley has 9 rushing attempts for 69 yards, 7.7 yards per carry. Zhang has 4 attempts for 30 yards. Tobin 3 for 20, and Witt 3 for 5. But as far as the offense goes, we've moved the ball. If we can just not turn the ball over, I think we've got a chance to get back in the game, getting the football to start the second half.
Yeah, it was those, again, moved it right down the field. That first series scored, tied the ball game, but then a couple of turnovers on subsequent possessions, a fumble back at the 15, and then an interception down on the Dardanelle side of the field. And Dardanelle was able to put points on the board as a result of those turnovers. Maybe the difference in the ball game, plus throw in another touchdown for Dardanelle. But yeah, those turnovers kind of hurt. But for some good offense by the Yellow Jackets, at least at moving the football, see what they can do here in the second half.
Yeah, and Dardanelle's had the football for 14 minutes to our roughly 7. So our defense has been on the field a lot tonight, and they've had several long drives that ended in touchdown passes. Looks like if we can get out here, have a good drive to start the second half, we should have a chance to get back into the ball game. So I think our defense can get some stops and wear Vega down.
Yeah, looking forward. Again, 1-1 on the season. Defeated Huntsville in the game 2 weeks ago. Lost to Melbourne in the opener. So trying to finish out the non-conference slate here in game 3 against an old conference foe. Again, Clinton has spent some time down in Class 3A football, I think at least for previous 4 years, back up to 4A football. Again, that gets confusing. We've talked about that before because now in Arkansas, the Arkansas Activities Association, football has a classification, and then all the other sports have a classification. So you might be 4A in one or 3A in the other, but football is back in 4A. Dardanelle is a 4A school. Clinton used to be in the same conference with Dardanelle. We'd come over here, we'd play Pottsville, who we passed on the road coming to town tonight. We'd go across the interstate and play Dover and kind of have this swing over in the River Valley. So we're back in the same class. We're not conference foes anymore. I think it was the old 4A2. Maybe. Is that right, the conference? I'm not sure. Now we're in a 4A conference that goes a little bit east and a little bit south. You go all the way down to Stuttgart, down in what we like to think is South Arkansas, and then back up what would be the furthest trip. Maybe you go to Ball Knob up east and in areas like that, and then points in between. We'll start that 7-game slate next week. But, again, familiar folks here in Dardanelle, and it's been a good Dardanelle team. What did Mike Holly say? They've won at least 8 games, did he say, in the last 8 seasons? And so they've got quite a winning stretch here at Dardanelle.
Yeah, it's a very good football program. In college at Arkansas Tech, we occasionally come over and watch Dardanelle. And they've always got tough, hard-nosed teams that can always run the football. They've made several deep runs in the playoffs the last couple of years. And the coach at Stuttgart was actually the coach here before he was at Stuttgart, and kind of built this program up and got to where it is now. Speaking of our football conference, in Hootens, the Stuttgart's the number 3 ranked team in the state. Lone Oak 11, then us at 19, going out the top 3 in the conference in Hootens rankings this weekend.
We'll see maybe if we can pull some scores up for you to look around the state or potential conference foes, any games of interest. Let's see as we scroll.
Another big stat here that stands out is Dardanelle is 6 for 6 on third downs tonight. So our defense is getting to third down. We just need to find a way to get off the field on third down.
Here's a score. Lone Oak and Newport at halftime. The Jackrabbits of Lone Oak 19. The Greyhounds from Newport 14. Clinton Watt used to be in a conference, I think, with Newport as as well. Newport, I think, maybe a 3A school still. Lone Oak, a 4A conference foe, coming up for the Yellow Jackets, 19-14 there. How about Heber Springs and Dover? The Panthers lead the Dover Pirates 24-8 at halftime. Hey, look forward to Heber Springs in the next to last game of the season, the Battle of the Little Red, Clinton and
Always
Heber.
a good day to beat them.
Who else do we see down the line? Former foe, Pottsville. I thought they had a game tonight. I saw cars turn into the school as I was coming here, so they're just up the road. They lead Clarksville, the Panthers, 10-7. That's Pottsville in front. Who else looking down maybe a little bit further? Scores of interest. Mena and Booneville. We're not too far away from Booneville over here in the River Valley. They lead Mena 14-0. Perryville up big on Conway Christian, 53-0 in the second quarter. The Mustangs over the Eagles. Yeah, there were a lot of teams off. This was their bye week, I noticed. I did look at Hooten's earlier on the week on the scheduled games, and it seemed like there were some conferences where half the conference was off this week. So not as many games, but those are some of the games of interest tonight. Still, we probably still got another 6 minutes or so here at the halftime break. Let's take a short break. When we return, stay with us. You're listening to KHPQ and Clinton High School Sports.
Ozark Health is a wonderful diamond in the rough, I call it.
Living in a rural community, having access to healthcare is critical. It has been a blessing to our community.
Not that I want to go to the hospital, this last place that I really want to go, but this is a place I'd recommend to anybody.
There's nothing like the individual care that you get here. It's phenomenal.
Our purpose for being here is to serve people. It fills me with pride that we're able to do that.
Ozark Health, your community hospital.
The Blagg Law Firm is a proud supporter of Clinton High School Yellow Jacket sports. When you need an attorney, call the Blagg Law Firm. Whether it's an injury accident, criminal defense, DWI, family dispute, or Social Security disability, Ralph Blagg believes in equal justice for all. Located on Court Street in downtown Clinton and on the internet at blaglaw.com. The Blagg Law Firm, a proud supporter of Clinton High School sports.
Wherever the river flows and however the game goes. The River Company is a proud sponsor of Clinton Yellow Jacket Sports. Just like in sports, you want someone who has your back. The professional team at the River Company Insurance does just that. They'll work hard to find you the most coverage at the best possible price. Whether it's business, farm, ranch, personal, or automotive, the team at the River Company will get you exactly what you need. Sports is a team effort, so come join the team at the River, formerly S&P Insurance.
Life is better with football. And with First Security, we have the resources and the know-how to tackle your needs, plus a local team you can count on. So you're making better plays because First Security is making better happen during this season and every season. What's your better? Get there with us. Stop by your local First Security Banking Center or visit us online at fsbank.com today. First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
So, or stay with me. You got to go. I'm visiting with Coach Post here, and he spent his time at Arkansas Tech University here in Russellville, Arkansas. We're just across the Arkansas River from Russellville, and so it's a familiar stomping grounds, as they see. He gave a heads up to the Clinton High School students, told them where to go eat tonight. And I think Mike Holly may have thought about that through the years coming over here. There's going to be some good eating and some good authentic Mexican or some other places that we don't have the opportunity to find over where we live. And I think he had a good report from some of his basketball players.
Yeah, I told him a little Mexican restaurant we always ate when I was in college. You go over the Dardanelle Bridge, and the first right you see by the courthouse is a little food truck, and it's really good. But they actually went to one on the left, but they also said it was really good too. But tons of good Mexican food in the area, and it's just a great place to be. A lot of good places to eat.
Maybe in Central America we were talking about Honduran food and other places, and so some of those kids were speaking of. I think Russ Hensley was driving the bus. He's taking them out, and I saw Katie McJunkin. And Sydney Standridge was out there, maybe Reese McDonald. I don't know if Hester Hensley got involved in that
Hester.
too. Was he there? So
they were looking good. They're having a tie-dye theme night. And it's nice seeing them out here supporting the boys. because they've had a hard week of practice up 5:50 in the morning, and they're still out here supporting them.
And travel well. Student section was fun 2 weeks ago at Jim Tumlinson Field there in Yellow Jacket. They were decked. It was kind of some kind of neon. They all had on bright shirts that night, and they've kind of had theme nights over the past few years when it's a home game at the stadium, and a very good active student body cheering on their classmates out on the football field. And certainly football has been fun through the years with head coach Chris DeFriend now in season 20 or season 21? I think the winningest coach, I believe, in the program. Is it the 72-year program of football here at Clinton High School? And he's really established a solid program through the years and has made football fun. I tell people Friday night was always the place to be at Clinton High School, whether it was a down year or whether it was an up year. We had some lean years some years ago, but it seems like it's always a good place to gather and watch and support the kids and have a good time on Friday nights. And maybe it's even that much funner when you're winning and successful and seeing the product that you put out there and the success the kids have, how much fun they have with that. And we'll see how they do with this year. Not quite a rebuild. We're having some familiar names, especially those guys that may be carrying the football in the backfield. I think they got at least a year under their belt last year, if not two. Certainly lost a really good senior class, a couple of years ago, the winningest single class in school history. And, boy, those guys really took us on a good ride for 3 years there of their high school career and playoff runs as well. We're down just a bit last year in the COVID year as far as if you look at wins and losses, but now some of those guys with a year under their belt looking to make improvement. They've started off 1-1 in this season as far as the win-loss category. And, again, looking to get better week to week, and especially as they finish up the non-conference season tonight, head into conference play, and that's what will make a difference when it comes down to having an opportunity to make the playoffs and where you end up in November. So football is fun. We'll be returning back to Jim Tumlinson Field here before too long, and hope you can get out on Friday night.
Yep, looking forward to a great football season, a playoff run, and looking for a comeback tonight.
Almost scored on the final play of the second quarter. Boy, Zane Widener caught a pass. I hope you were watching on the live stream tonight on the KHPQ Sports YouTube channel or the KHPQ Facebook page. Caught a pass, went down the sideline, had one would-be defender in front of him, kind of made a move. I don't know if he was one of the guys that hung on to the end. He might have had another San Lizard or two come up and help just short of the goal line. And my colleague said it looked like Zane knew he was about to go down about a yard or two short and maybe pitch the football out to the side, maybe hoping a Yellow Jacket teammate would pick it up and get it into the end zone. So it might not quite have been a fumble, might have been an intentional play there, but short of the end zone and denied that opportunity to put points on the board as the first half expired. See what happens here as we're about to get underway in the second half. Let's take a quick break. When we return, I think we're ready for football. You're listening to KHPQ in Clinton High School Sports.
Steve Good at Goods Cash Saver says you can learn a lot about life by playing sports. You may never be the biggest or the fastest, but you can always try to be the very best and give 100%. And that's what they do every day at Goods Cash Saver. Even though they don't have the biggest building, they try to have every item that you might need in groceries. They also overachieve every day in their meat department. So when you're looking for a place to shop, give Goods Cash Saver a try. A supermarket that cares about you and your community and says, go Yellow Jackets.
Ozark Health Foundation's Cornhole Tournament is coming September 18th at the City of Clinton Park. There will be $1,000 in guaranteed double team payout. Entry fee is only $25 per person per event. You can enter the day of the game by calling 745-9714 or by using the Scornholio app, and you'll be entered into a $50 drawing. All proceeds from the tournament will benefit Ozark Health Foundation in the purchase of medical equipment for Ozark Medical Center in Clinton. For more information, call 501-745-9714 today.
Zane Widener on a big return for the Yellow Jackets. Looks to get across midfield to the Dardanelle 49. Again, had the football with his back to the Sand Lizards coming down the field at about the 20. Faked a handoff and then turned it up and went down the home side of the field. And that's all the way to the 48, where the Yellow Jackets will set up for the opening drive. Just as Coach Matthew Post said, he's going to get points on the board maybe to start the second half and try to get back in this one, trailing 28-6. Handoff, Nick Epley, left side, gets to the corner. He's got speed, the 40.
Kind of slows a little bit, lets his angle set up, and it's good for a first down as he goes out of bounds all the way up at close to the 37-yard line.
Yeah, one of our best plays, most effective plays tonight is just tied in wing on that side and then seal it off and then bring Epley across and use his speed. And the Yellow Jackets start at the Dardanelle 48. Now have a first down at the Dardanelle 37. Yeah, as you said, a big important drive here. Jackets trail 28-6. Got to score on this opening drive and then hopefully, like last week, shut down Dardanelle in the second half.
Ball's on the near hash for our broadcast position. Tobin's in the shotgun. Jacob Hutto takes off to be the lead blocker. Tobin gets in behind him, but not much to get across the line of scrimmage.
Good crowd of Yellow Jacket fans tonight. Got out of the press box at halftime, and a lot of folks here tonight made the trip over. And maybe the Yellow Jackets can get them back in the ball game here in the second half.
Here we go, back under center is Tobin. Backs behind him, handoff Widener, left, right. Had a hole, and he's across the 30. Maybe up near the 25 or just short. That may be good for a first down. Helmet gets knocked off, and he'll come over the sideline, take a play out of the ball game, and it'll be a first down and 10 for the Yellow Jackets.
That time they've been stringing Zane out on some of those runs. That time he was able to cut up and get yardage for another first down for Clinton. You got to run that trap play. That pulling tackle coming through, there's going to kick that defender out to the outside, so then you want the running back then to cut up. And that time Widener did, and the Yellow Jackets have a first down.
Got a good look at that when he got across. Oh, it's going to be a handoff and then a pass. It's Epley. There's a flag on the play. It's a jump ball in the end zone. It's caught. This one may be coming back. Brody Emberton with the catch. The throw by Epley. The penalty against the offense, and we're coming back.
Nice throw, threw it up in the air. Used Brody's height that time to go over the top of the smaller cornerback in the end zone, and just like a basketball player, went up, almost like getting a rebound, made the catch. Brody had the touchdown, but this one's going to be coming back. Talked to Brody's dad, Lee, at halftime, and some of Lee's old high school buddies from Mac Ray are here tonight to watch Brody play.
Well, Dardanelle's had 2 or 3 costly offensive penalties, at least as far as yards and backing them up. I think they went on to score maybe on those plays. This one may be the costliest of all tonight. It goes against the Yellow Jackets. It will negate a touchdown and put the football back at the 40. We'll reset for first down, and that's going to be what? Was that a 15-yard penalty? I think it's first and 25. Handoff right to left, out of the slot, turns it up inside. Cody Davis, nice move, breaks it out to the right side. Good vision, gets to the sideline. Big pickup by Cody Davis, driven out of bounds, but inside the 20. And Davis, we had a good look at that one from our vantage point as he started, coming to the left, got to the middle field, and broke it out to the right. And he just had good vision and stayed in front and away from would-be tacklers. And first and 25 now becomes second down and 3.
Not only cut up, you got to get those hips turned, and he can do that. He gets those hips turned and cut up. He not only cut up, but then uses speed then to cut to the outside once he got to the second level. And now the Yellow Jackets have a manageable second down and 4 here at the Dardanelle 17-yard line.
And Clinton maybe's had at least 5 backs tonight. Tobin makes 6 that have carried the football. And the handoff is that Jacob Hutto on the carry, trying to pick up the first down. Looks like it'll be good for a first down.
Yeah, nothing fancy there. The fullback dive. Hutto gets the first down.
You may can hear the crowd just in front of me. We got the windows open in the visiting press box, and they're seated just feet away. And Clinton with an impressive opening drive thus far to start the second half. Try to get back in this one, trailing 28-6.
Can get a first down inside the 2-yard line.
Handoff again right to left. I think that's Widener with the carry. Hanging on him low. He'll dive forward.
Good play by Widener. If he bounced that to the outside, probably would have had nothing. But he got those hips turned, got up into the middle, and picks up.
Speaking of,
about 4 yards.
That play that ended the first half with Widener, what do you think happened there at the end?
Well, I think he knew he was a yard and a half short, and then he tried to throw the ball out. The ball got away at the end. I don't think he ever crossed the goal line. He knew that. Two defenders got him at the 5-yard line, though. He almost drug him into the end zone.
Tobin with a handoff right to left. It's Epley. Turns it up inside in traffic. He's hit, driven backwards. I don't know. Let's see. He might have got a yard or two. I'm not sure.
That would have been a huge play, though, at the final play of the first half. And Widener catches the ball at about the 20 and then races down the sideline. A couple of safeties come over, had the angle on him, and got him at the 5-yard line. But he almost drug him into the end zone in the final play of the first half. But the Jackets have 3rd and 3 from about the 5-yard line.
What, can pick up a first down short of the goal line. So 2 plays to pick up a first or 2 to score. Hutto with a handoff. No, they got it out to
procedure penalty on the Yellow Jackets.
Did they throw a pass to Epley? He had the ball on the left side out of the slot, he was split wide left. I wasn't looking that far enough to the left side. I just saw Tobin and Hutto moving what I thought was maybe an inside handoff. But they'll wave that one, the play off, back them up 5. So it looks to be, well, now it's closer to
Remember in week 1, the Yellow Jackets
3rd and 9, 3rd and 8
had the ball at the 2-yard line. Procedure penalty kept us out of the end zone. Let's see what they can do here. Now it's going to be 3rd down and 8, looking at 2 plays for 8 yards.
Here comes Ashton Hoyle and Widener to set on the left side again. Tobin's going to throw it quickly. Tobin to Nick Epley. He's going to have to race back to the right. Says a seam inside. He'll score.
What
Nick
a run.
Epley. How about that? It was a quick pass to the left side. He had defenders in front of to Nick Epley. He's going to have to race back to the right. Says a seam inside. He'll score.
What
Nick
a run.
Epley. How about that? It was a quick pass to him, and he had the angle and raced into the end zone.
Yeah, Epley ran, what was that? Probably the pass was 15 yards to the right, 15 back to the middle, 30. He ran almost 40 yards for those 10 yards. But the Yellow Jackets will take it, and now a big 2-point conversion.
28-12. They had an opportunity after the first touchdown. They went for 2. It was unsuccessful. Tobin's going to pass, middle of the field. Maybe a little bit too high. Widener had a defender right with him. It looks like the Clinton coaching staff wants defensive pass interference or a push. They're demonstrating that to the officials.
I think the one official was so close. I'm not sure if he saw it. There were 2 Yellow Jackets in the area. I'm not sure if he thought the pass was to the other one, the player that was not hit. But the Yellow Jacket coaching staff is hot on that one.
Well, 28-12 is your score. 8:50 remaining in the 3rd quarter when we return. You're listening to KHPQ in Clinton High School Sports.
FL Davis Cash Lumber, your Ace Hardware store, is a proud sponsor of Clinton Yellow Jacket Sports. FL Davis Cash Lumber can help with your electrical, plumbing, paint, tools, hardware, and flooring needs. They're a full-service hardware store and lumber yard. FL Davis can provide you with everything you need for your residential or commercial projects. The knowledgeable staff is always on hand to answer your questions. Visit FL Davis Cash Lumber, your Ace Hardware store. Same place, now Ace.
The all-new Cowboy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Clinton is gearing up for football season. Yep, we've got a huge lineup of Rams that are sure to fit all of your tailgating needs. So put on that lucky jersey and score huge savings during the summer clearance event. Can't wait to see you at the all-new Cowboy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Clinton and at cowboycdjr.com.
Yellow Jackets drive 48 yards for the touchdown, and Epley a 10-yard pass from Tobin. It was 10 on the record book, but it's probably close to 40 yards of running there as he was bottled up on the near side, on the Clinton side of the field, then ran all the way back to the middle of the field and into the end zone. But Yellow Jackets needed that. 2-point conversion was no good. 28-12, and Jeff Hall, we need the Yellow Jacket defense to throw another second-half shutout like they did 2 weeks ago.
Here we go. Vega piled up the yards in the first half. A lot on the ground. Inside handoff. Nothing there. So Yellow Jackets did have a couple opportunities to stop the San Luis at the line of scrimmage early in the ball game, and they'll start that in the second half and bring up 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, we'll see what adjustments the Yellow Jacket coaching staff made at the half. I'm sure they would like for a Vega to get rid of the ball as much as possible. A lot of times you play option teams, you kind of want the running back or the quarterback to run the football. He's probably the least effective runner between running backs. But in this Dardanelle situation, he's probably the best running back they have. You'd like for him to get rid of the football.
Here we go. Vega, he's going to be dropped. Maybe he might have lost a yard. Back to the original line of scrimmage. And you can hear the Clinton crowd looking at the defense. Dardanelle has yet to be stopped tonight on an offensive series. Now they're facing 3rd and 9, and they're their own, 40, maybe 43-yard line.
Jacob Hutto on the tackle. Jacob Hutto, he calls the defensive signals in the huddle. And now early big 3rd down for the Yellow Jacket defense.
And we see a Yellow Jacket jump. He may be thinking that a Sand Lizard jumped, but it looks like defensive offsides. 5 yards, 3rd and 9 becomes 3rd and 4, and moves the football.
I'm not sure the Clinton coaching staff like that either. We got a pretty good look here. There's some Yellow Jackets that moved a little bit. I'm not sure if that official on the side could actually see down the line of scrimmage, but he threw the flag based on movement. Now 3rd and 8 becomes 3rd and 3.
Looking right down the line of scrimmage at the 49.
And right
Dardanelle's going to give it back. They went in motion from left to right with the back behind the quarterback, and then it looked like the center pulled the football like he was going to snap it. I didn't see the other lineman move.
Had a right guard, I think, that also moved on our side here. But, yeah, they handed the 5 yards back to us. Let's see if the Jackets can take advantage of it.
Back at the 44 now, Dardanelle. Josh Witt gesturing from the defensive line play. Linebackers coming in. Want to play quick, want to play tight. Pitch in the backfield. 45-46, maybe up to the 49. And that's going to bring up 4th down for Dardanelle at their own 49-yard line. Looks to be 4th and 4th and 3, if not 4th and 4. We'll see.
Jackets came up early that time, forced Vega to pitch the football to Wilfong, and the Jackets took their chances with Wilfong. They stopped him 3 yards short of the 1st down. Vega's still on the field, but I'm sure he's also probably part of the kicking team here. They're going to do looks like what we did last year with Aldrich and Fonte. They're going to kick our punt out of a snapper's hold.
He's had quite the leg. Now this one's going to get a little bit sideways and looks to go out of bounds just across the 20. So maybe not as deep as thought it could be, considering his extra point attempts. But the Yellow Jacket defense holds the first Dardanelle possession of the second half. Clinton's already put points on the board in the 3rd quarter. So with 6:21 remaining, 28-12 is your score. Can the Yellow Jackets pull within a single score?
Looks like whatever adjustments the Yellow Jacket defense made at halftime, one of those was to try to get the ball out of Vega's hands. And on 3 of those offensive plays, Vega pitched it twice, and the Yellow Jackets force a punt and a score here to make it a 1-possession game.
Ball's on the far hash, the home side. Looks like an inside handoff. And across the 20 goes Jacob Hutto, and a pickup. They're going to give him 2 on the carry, bring up 2nd down and 8. We've seen, mentioned earlier, 5 ball carriers plus Tobin, number 6. So you've got Jacob Hutto, Cody Davis, Zane Widener, Nick Epley, and Nathan Witt, along with Tobin out of the quarterback position, carrying the football tonight.
Single coverage on Emerton out here on the near side.
Shotgun snap, but it's an inside handoff to Hutto, and he'll get to the right sideline. Big 1st down, out of bounds all the way up across the 40.
Good run by Hutto
on the carry.
Fullback blast. He's a fullback, but don't be fooled. He's also got some speed. He gets out, gets a 1st down. We had a pregame meal today sponsored by First Baptist Church at Clinton, but we had it at Western Sizzlin', but Jacob Hutto's grandparents were in the restaurant eating and found out that the Yellow Jacket football team was back in the banquet room, so they wanted to come back and wish Jacob well and all the rest of the Yellow Jackets, and Jacob's had a good ball game so far.
I think this was First Baptist Church Week to sponsor the team meal. They had some folks step up from one of the Bible study classes to provide a meal at Western Sizzlin today. And the kids got to enjoy that. So appreciate
good block
those
out here on
folks.
the near by Austin Lynch. That was that quick out. It's basically a running play, but you need the second receiver to block, and Lynch provided basically what's called the occupying block, and Nick gets 7 yards on first down. I think he's got a cramp now as he's down in front of the Clinton bench. Hey, Jeff Hall, while we got a little bit of a time here, maybe Sid King is listening back home, but this is coincidences happen all the time. I told you there were two great things that happened at Dardanelle for Clinton. Back in 2005, we beat Dardanelle in overtime 6-0 to win a conference championship, the last overtime game that Clinton has played. Well, if you go back to 2007, September the 28th, 2007, that was the very first game that me and Jeff Hall did on the radio for Sid King and KHPQ and the Yellow Jackets. Jimmy Don Crow had done it up until that year, and then they had an announcer that did the first couple of games, I think coming out of Little Rock or somewhere, and somehow couldn't do it anymore. And then that next week, right here at Dardanelle on September the 28th, me and Jeff took over. I'll finish this story after this play.
Second down and 2. Handoff. First down. Nathan Witt. 40, 35, all the way up to the 34-yard line and a first down.
Offensive line, see if they're getting stronger and stronger like they did last week against Huntsville, and they blew open a hole there. Another first down for the Yellow Jackets.
Motion right to left, out of the slot, handoff left side, Witt driven backwards. This time they'll stuff him, bring up second down and 10.
Quickly can finish that story. So me and Jeff coming here on September the 28th of 2007. We do the ball game. I go to the press box an hour before the game over there tonight, and Dardanelle has a brand new broadcasting crew. A guy after they've been doing the games for 30 years decided to retire, and they have a new broadcasting crew. We'll finish the story in a minute.
Tobin with a handoff to Epley, back in the ball game. Got that cramp worked out. Turn it up inside, not much. Maybe gets the 30, a 4-yard pickup. Going to bring up third down and 6.
I get to talking to the new announcer for Dardanelle. He goes, I did some Clinton games way back in 2007. I think I did a game at Moulton, but that was my last one. And I said, well, me and my partner, Jeff Hall, we took over the next week. So a small world that the former Yellow Jacket announcer before we took over is now doing the ball games for Dardanelle, but quite a coincidence.
Tobin pumps, fakes the quick pass. Now he's going to throw it deep, Emberton behind the defense. And he can't pull that one in the end zone. It'll be incomplete, but a pretty play there. As Tobin, a little pump fake. Big Brody got behind the defender. Incomplete, going to bring up, fourth down and 6.
Good pump fake. That allowed Brody to get a step on the defender out there. Off his hands. Good job by the defender to stay at least close. Wasn't able to pull it in. And just like last week against Huntsville, there's a big fourth down situation here for the Yellow Jackets in the second half.
Here we go. Fake the handoff. Tobin rolls to his right. It's going to pass. Caught. Widener. Should be a first down. Zayden Widener, they've got him at his ankles, but he'll get across the 20 all the way up to the 15-yard line. Yellow Jackets keep the drive alive. 3:37 in the third, trailing 28-12, and a first down at the Dardanelle 15.
Great play call by Coach DeFran. He rolled Tobin to the right, and he had 3 receivers at different levels on the right. He had Widener underneath. He had, I think, both Burgess and Epley deeper, and he was able to drop it off underneath to Widener, and then Widener short of the first down, able to then to run for it. And the Jackets convert on fourth down, and now they got a 1st and 10 at the 15 if we can get lined up here.
Shotgun, quick pass, right side, caught. I believe behind the line of scrimmage. As Nick Epley, shifty again. He makes some guys move, kind of stutters, kind of back to the left and the right. And I don't know, let's see if he'll get, now they're going to give him. How about that? Looks like he's going to get 4, maybe 5 yards. Kind of a tough angle for us to see, but they're going to put him at the 10, so we'll call it a pickup of 5 and bring up second down.
And that was really all Epley. There was just a quick out. They had defenders out there, and it was just his quickness. And now I think he's got that cramp again. He's going to try to get off the field. As Cody Davis checks in.
And, yeah, Nip's going to get off the field, and we'll reset. Ball's on the far hash, the home side. Cody Davis is in the backfield. Widener's in the slot. Tobin's under center. And the give is Nathan Witt. They'll pile up, push backward, but Witt's going to get up to the, let's see, is it about the 5-yard line?
That's power football there. You had Ashton Hoyle, Josh Witt, and Zane Widener all lined up on that left side. And then
third down and maybe a yard or less.
Nothing
near
fancy
the 5-yard line.
Got to get the first down. Burgess in at one of the tight end slots.
Witt left side again, trying to get the first down, and it should be good. I think he's going to be inside the 5.
Good push by the left side of the Yellow Jacket offensive line.
Look at that. They flipped the 4 on the side. Well, now it's a 1.
It was initially hit at the line of scrimmage, but that left side of the line had a good push, carried him all the way down to the 4.
Here we go. First and goal, the 4. Minute 43 in the clock, third quarter. Tobin on the keeper. Touchdown. Dardanelle 28, Clinton 18. Touchdown, the second of the second half, second of the third quarter for the Yellow Jackets.
Nothing fancy. His quarterback sneak, but he angled it to the left so he could get some help from Josh Witt. I think maybe Mills on that side, and he was able to get into the end zone 4 yards on a quarterback sneak. And the Yellow Jackets, this is big. You're going to go for 2. If you make this, you're within 1 score. If you don't, you're still 2 scores behind. So this is a huge play for Clinton.
Here we go. Tobin's under center. The give, right to left, the handoff. Widener, hit, turns inside. He's into the end zone. The 2-point conversion is successful. It's 28-20. A minute 38 in the third. You could not have asked for a better start to the second half and third quarter. 2 touchdowns for Clinton. The defense forced a 3 and out. Stay with us. You're listening to KHPQ and Clinton High School Sports.
Towing and recovery is the last thing you think about until you really need it. Then you really want the best. There's only one name to call, Justin's Collision Repair, Towing and Recovery. They have the largest and latest model recovery fleet in North Central Arkansas. From small towing to heavy-duty towing, Justin's Collision Repair, Towing and Recovery on Highway 65 in Clinton is the one to call, 745-2992. That's Justin's Collision Repair, Towing and Recovery, 745-2992. You know, life here wouldn't be the same without a sense of community. This is a wonderful place to live. The home of the Chuck Wagon Races, Greers Ferry Lake, and of course, Joe Lee Chevrolet. You know, Joe Lee Chevrolet is famous for fairness, honesty, and square dealing. Now for 4 generations. Sure, you can buy a new Chevrolet car, truck, any other place, but this isn't anywhere. This is home. They invite you to come on down to Joe Lee Chevrolet, where they have large rebates and incentives plus low interest rates. Joe Lee Chevrolet, Highway 65 South in Clinton.
A lot of height, but it was in there for a moment. Looked like some white jerseys were closing in on that one, but Dardanelle will cover the football at their own 46-yard line. But what, again, a fantastic start to the second half. 2 touchdowns, a 3 and out defensively. Can Clinton do it again and get the football and have a chance to tie the football game?
3 and out the last time for the Clinton defense. Would sure love to have another one. Looks like the strategy on that first series was try to get the ball out of Vega's hands, make somebody else beat you, and it worked on that first possession.
Vega's going to run up inside, and he's still on his feet trying to pull away from the defenders across the 40, the 35, all the way up to the 33-yard line. That's the Drew Vega we saw in the first half, I think, where Coach Matthew Post, I think he had him for over 100 yards on the ground on 18 rushes in the first half.
I think was 5 of 6 maybe for 70 yards through the air. And he was kind of a...
Yeah, he had almost 400 yards combined 2 weeks ago. Harley Tobin's in on defense at safety. Nick Epley's still not in the ball game, but I think he's raring to get back in there.
Taking the shotgun, takes the snap, rolls to the right, pitches behind the line of scrimmage, defense up. And the tackle made at the 25-yard line.
Once again, the Yellow Jackets force Vega to pitch. One of the Yellow Jackets, I'm not sure which one, almost took it out of his hands. So tried to take it out of the ball carrier's hands. Wilfong gets up slowly, but he gets back to the huddle. Check that that's Seth Harper. Only one turnover tonight so far. That was against Clinton in the first half.
Inside handoff should be good for a first down. And across the 20-yard line. And we'll see if that's the last play of the third quarter or not. 32 seconds on the game clock, 36 on the 42nd clock. Dardanelle does not have to run a play unless they choose to.
Even if you could hold Dardanelle to just a field goal here, you'd probably consider it a victory.
28-20 is your score. Dardanelle scored on their first 4 possessions of the ball game. They did not score on their first possession of the second half. Vega fakes the handoff. He's inside. He's running up the middle, and he looks to be at about the 5-yard line for the first down. That'll stop the clock with 5 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
Running behind that big 300-pound center, 3-year starter at center.
And that'll be the final play of the third quarter. Fantastic for the Yellow Jackets. They've got within a score, but Dardanelle's knocking on the door at the Yellow Jacket 5-yard line. You're listening to KHPQ and Clinton High School Sports.
Friday night at the stadium is not the time to worry about your finances. Let First Arkansas Bank and Trust ease your mind with their mobile banking capabilities. You can check your balance, transfer funds between accounts, and even find the nearest ATM for dinner after a road game. The free mobile app is available on the iTunes Store and Android Market. You can cheer loud and proud for the Yellow Jackets because First Arkansas Bank and Trust has you covered. See a branch for more details. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Steve Good at Goods Cash Saver says you can learn a lot about life by playing sports. You may never be the biggest or the fastest, but you can always try to be the very best and give 100%. And that's what they do every day at Goods Cash Saver. Even though they don't have the biggest building, they try to have every item that you might need in groceries. They also overachieve every day in their meat department. So when you're looking for a place to shop, give Goods Cash Saver a try. A supermarket that cares about you and your community and says, go Yellow Jackets.
Hey, speaking of Steve Good's Cash Saver, what's going on there tomorrow?
It's the big stakeout, the football stakeout, and the bigger than better than ever. It's tomorrow. Come on down. If you got a ticket, you can come on down and pick up your steak. If you haven't, you can come down and pay at the event. Steak, baked potato, all the...
What time? They're going to have the grills out in the parking lot. They may have some tables set up. Here we go. Quick back to action. First play of the fourth quarter. Inside the 5, inside the goal line. I'm waiting for a signal. Dardanelle thinks they've got it. There's the call. Touchdown, Dardanelle. 34-20. 11:53 remaining in the fourth quarter. Finish that. What time? You know what time tomorrow? Folks can come down and get a steak.
I think it's around the lunch hour, but what time's the stakeout tomorrow, guys?
Is it 4 o'clock? Seems like it's usually late afternoon. I'm not sure.
We'll have to look that up before we get off the air, but
and on for the extra point attempts. And a perfect 5 for 5 tonight. Dardanelle 34, Clinton 20. Yeah, let's keep it here. The broadcast, yeah, come on out. You'll enjoy that tomorrow. Pick up your steak. In the past, it's been you can drive up and pick it up. Football players will hand it to you, or they've had tables set out in the past. I don't know if COVID will affect that this year or not, where you could eat your steak there. Maybe even some canopies set up where you can eat that in the shade. So that'll be some good food thanks to Steve Good at Cash Saver, and you'll enjoy that. Hey, looking at some scores from around the state that pulled up earlier. Lone Oak and Newport, former conference foe Newport, current conference foe, the Lone Oak Jackrabbits, 26-14. They're in front. Heber Springs and Dover, that was a halftime score, 24-8. The Panthers leading the Dover Pirates. What else did I see here? How about Harding Academy, former foe? That sounds like a good matchup tonight. They're with Camden Harmony Grove, 17-6. The Wildcats of Harding Academy lead. Mountain View 36-13 over Quitman. Boonville 28-0 leading Mena. Perryville 59, Conway Christian 0, third quarter. And whistle blows on the kickoff by Dardanelle. Let's see if we reset this one.
$35-20. That extra point, or that 2-point conversion the last time for the Yellow Jackets was big. So even though Dardanelle scored, we're down 15, but it also puts a lot of pressure on this possession for the Yellow Jackets. Still have 11:53 left in the quarter, in the ball game. Got time for a couple of possessions, but we got to score on the first one, and then try to get another stop against Dardanelle's offense.
Good kick down the left side, fielded maybe a foot on the 10. Nathan Witt comes up. He'll keep it up the middle of the field. He's got a seam. One man to beat. 45, 40 gets away. Will they catch him? The 30, the 25. Nathan Witt's going to run away from any would-be Sand Lizards. 90 yards. The touchdown by Nathan Witt. And just like that, Clinton's going to be back within a single score with 11:44 to go in the ball game.
Wow. They've been running that either the handoff coming to Zane Widener there in the middle, kind of like the point guard, and he did the hand it off to a second handoff on the kick return. That time they just faked the handoff, and he kept it. And Dardanelle fell for the fake. And Witt goes, what do you say, 90 yards, 85 yards?
90 yards. I think he had a back foot on the 10 when he fielded the football.
And now the Jackets go for two.
Here we go. They have not attempted an extra point tonight.
Got to convert this to make it a one-score game.
Here we go. Tobin's in the shotgun. Three receivers on the right, one on the left. Hutto stays in to block. Hardy's going to roll to his left. Now he's going to throw it left side in. I think it's incomplete. Incomplete. 35-26. 11:44 to go when we return. You're listening to KHPQ in Clinton High School Sports.
Friday night at the stadium is not the time to worry about your finances. Let First Arkansas Bank and Trust ease your mind with their mobile banking capabilities. You can check your balance, transfer funds between accounts, and even find the nearest ATM for dinner after a road game. The free mobile app is available on the iTunes Store and Android Market. You can cheer loud and proud for the Yellow Jackets because First Arkansas Bank and Trust has you covered. See a branch for more details. Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Steve Good at Goods Cash Savers says you can learn a lot about life by playing sports. You may never be the biggest or the fastest, but you can always try to be the very best and give 100%. And that's what they do every day at Goods Cash Saver. Even though they don't have the biggest building, they try to have every item that you might need in groceries. They also overachieve every day in their meat department. So when you're looking for a place to shop, give Goods Cash Saver a try. A supermarket that cares about you and your community and says, go Yellow Jackets.
Jeff Hall says the stakeout begins at 5 o'clock on Saturday, so we'll go with that. And the Yellow Jackets score on a Nathan Witt 90-yard kickoff return.
Onside kick attempt by Emberton. This one gets loose just below us on the broadcast position. Couldn't field it cleanly. It's loose on the turf, but Dardanelle had just enough time to latch on to that one, and they'll have the football at their own 48-yard line. So, man, what an exciting second half we'd had.
Not sure the last exact kickoff return for the Yellow Jackets was, but I'm sure it involved one of the Drake brothers from a couple of years ago. They did that on more than one occasion. Ethan and Austin Drake.
They could be a highlight row offensively or defensively
the Yellow Jackets, how much fun they were for their 3 years of high school football. Well,
good thing Nathan Witt scored quickly. Bad thing, Yellow Jackets did not get the 2-pointer, so we're still 2 possessions behind. So we got to get a defensive stop here.
Here we go. Vega takes the snap. He's going to roll his right. Defense is there. He's going to pass. Oh, a defender was a receiver just behind the defense, but couldn't pull that one in. That was a pretty play. Vega kind of stretched that one out, had defenders around him, and then he pulls up and throws it. I don't know if that was a true option and he could do what he wanted to do, but he had that receiver was kind of in the right place at the right time as that play kind of stretched out.
Yeah, they run so many just passes, horizontally, throwing toward the sidelines. They finally run a receiver down the field and threw one lateral or a vertical down the field. And so, but he was on the run, and the pass was not very accurate.
Flags fly. We may have a false start, a procedure penalty against Dardanelle. No, they called a timeout before the snap of the football. A timeout. Hey, if you looked at Facebook this week, other big news. Hey, did you see where the Gateway Twin Cinema is opening back up?
Yeah, Hollywood is back in Clinton, back in Van Buren County.
And I think they got some new remodeling at the Twin Cinema as well. I saw pictures of that. I think maybe for the first time today, maybe from the outside, some lighting, and from the inside. And the date's going to be October the 1st.
Yeah, Steve's been working on that for months, all through the spring and summer. Finally got the okay for it. And then I think, of course, you saw the new front on the building, some new lighting. Everything's been steam cleaned and fresh and ready to go. And everybody's glad to stay home, watch a movie instead of having to drive to Conway or Little Rock or somewhere else. Stay home, keep the money here in the local economy, and see a great first-run movie at the Gateway Twin Cinema.
And so after the timeout, Dardanelle's facing a 2nd down and 15. The football's at their 43-yard line.
I'm not sure why they got a penalty. I think they took a timeout to avoid a delay of game.
Right, what's the call? There was a flag. They backed them up, but then maybe they must have gave them the timeout and picked up the penalty because now they're going to move it back forward 5 yards to the original line of scrimmage. So 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, they took a timeout. The official behind the Clinton defense called delay of the game, but the official next to the coach on the far sideline, he'd taken a timeout to avoid that delay of game penalty. And here we go.
Vegas shotgun, fakes the handoff, turns it up inside, and maybe a yard gain up to the 49 or a 2-yard gain. Going to bring
Cody
up third
Davis,
down.
Jacob Hutto.
At least 3rd down and 8.
Both linebackers team up together on that one.
And another big play here. Can you get a stop? And will they punt the football? They've got it. We're looking right down the line of scrimmage. They're a football short of the 50. Dardanelle facing a 3rd down and 8.
Huge.
They've only punted once tonight.
Tied into the right. Wing back to the right, overloading that side.
4 receivers, kind of an inside pitch, kind of a shuttle pass. Comes backward, then pulls it in. Down the field, short of the 1st down mark. It's going to be at the 44. It's going to be a long 2, almost 3.
Was a nifty play. Down. Every key showed that they were going to go to the right, like they had all night long. And it was like a spinner move by the running back and a little Delaware pitch to him up the middle. Give the Yellow Jackets credit for staying home. It had been really easy for everybody to run over there to the left side of the field, and now it's 4th down and 2. If you can stop them here, you not only get the ball, but you get great field position. Don't jump off sides.
10-10 remaining, trailing 35-26. Shotgun. Vegas going to roll to his right. He's got the option, turns it up inside. He's going to be stopped short. I think he stopped short of the 42. Clinton defense says they're going to have the football, and that's the call. So 2 stops of the Dardanelle offense here in the second half. Going to give the Clinton offense the football back, trailing 35-26 with 10:04 to go.
Well, they overloaded the right side. They had more blockers over there than we had defenders, and he was going to try to run to the right, but somebody got through there and forced him back into the middle where the Yellow Jackets had help. Vega couldn't get to the corner. Comes up a yard short of the first down, and with 10:04, a lot of time left in this ball game, Yellow Jackets have it. They trail by 9.
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Tobin's in the shotgun. Now he hustles up, gets under scrimmage. Hey, that might be a double pass. Behind the line of scrimmage, down the field. Intercepted. At the 45, the 50, down the Dardanelle sideline, out of bounds. The 40. And how about that? Clinton tries to mix it up quickly. Tobin hustles, gets under center, takes the snap, throws it to the left sideline behind the line of scrimmage, and they quickly try to make the second pass down the field, but that ball was short. It was low, and with the defender between the pass and the would-be receiver, it's picked off.
Our receiver was behind him, but the pass was low and went straight to the defender. A lot of times after a big emotional defensive play, a lot of times coaches will try to dial up the home run play, and the Yellow Jackets tried it there. Give Dardanelle credit. They stayed home, made the interception, and now Clinton defense must get a stop here.
And inside handoff. I think they might have had a hand on him behind the line of scrimmage, but gets loose and up to the 36-37 yard line to pick up, we'll say almost 5 on the carry, bring up second down. Three turnovers tonight by the Yellow Jackets. 2 interceptions, 1 fumble. And Vega's in empty backfield. 3 receivers to his left, 2 on the right. But he's going to take the snap and run. Flag on the play. This one may be coming back. I think they've had 3 offensive holding penalties in the ball game. If I'm correct, that's going to be number 4 then. And they're backing up.
Ashton Hall checks in the defensive line for the Jackets. Isaac Bradford checks out, trying to keep fresh linemen out there. The Yellow Jacket defense did their job, but then the offense turned it over so quickly, the defense, not much chance to catch the breath, had to get back on the field. So usually Jordan Benson tries to keep those linemen fresh. See if Dardanelle wants to gamble and put the ball in the air with a 9-point lead here. They got trips here to the near side.
At the Yellow Jacket 45, facing second down and 15. Up the middle goes Vega. He'll stretch it out to about the 36, 37. Bring up second down.
3 receivers on this side. 1 on the far side forces the defense have to spread out along the line of scrimmage, and then he's looking for he didn't need much of a gap to get into and just get into a gap and run. And now they're facing a third down and about 7 here. Same formation.
Empty backfield. Looked at the sideline. 7 seconds on the play clock. 8 minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Looks to pass on the right side. Caught in the flat. Tackled. And it may not be a first down. I got the official on our side of the field. Looks like it's well short.
4th and a long
4th and 2.
Close to 3. But now down near the Clinton 30-yard line, they will definitely go for it here. Ball at about the 32. If you're on the defense, you almost have to try to guess here, try to guess right what play they're going to run. You definitely need to stop here.
Stop
Dardanelle winding under 8 minutes.
A 4th down play on the previous series. Can they do it again? And coach calling the official over for discussion. The game clock is running. The play clock's running down inside 5 seconds. And somebody got to take a timeout, or there's a delay of game, or will they reset? Once it looked like there was going to...
Coach is on the field on the far side for Dardanelle. The snap clock was running down. It ran down to 0. No flag.
Well, how'd they do that?
And not sure the game clock should never have stopped, I don't think. Well, unless you got out of bounds on the far side.
Okay.
So we didn't lose any time off the game clock. We just lost time off the snap clock, and they put 25 seconds back up. And the big thing here is it's 4th down and 2. Same formation for the third straight play.
The defense has stopped the Sand Lizards twice here in the second half. Can they do it again? Vega's in the shotgun, so he's going to start off about 5 or 6 yards. He's going to run up the middle. He's got tacklers. He's going to dive forward, and that's good for a first down. Looks like a
little counter move. Takes the snap and quickly turns to his right. Just that much, that forces the defensive line and linebackers in to try to slant that way. Then he quickly turns right back up the middle and follows that big 300-pound center, Zach Keene, 6'1", 315 pounds actually, and that's a first down. The clock is the Yellow Jackets' enemy right now.
Vega again hangs on to the football, starts left, turns it back up inside.
Well, Vega, we'll have to see after the ball game how many carries he has. And man, he has a lot of carries.
18 in the first half.
He takes a lot of hits during a ball game. This is only game 3 of the season for Dardanelle. I don't know if we mentioned this earlier. Dardanelle is a fast-growing school. Next year they'll be Class 5A. They are one of the largest 4A schools in the state, maybe the largest. The Yellow Jackets, they are about 9th smallest Class 4A schools.
Vega's going to pitch out to the right side. Still on the feet, down the sideline, maybe inside the 5. Go the Sand Lizards with 6:40 remaining. They lead 35-26.
Oh, by saying that, too, though, I will say Dardanelle, I think, only suits up about 26 players. Yellow Jackets go at about 28, sometimes 30 players. So Dardanelle will be moving into classifications next year with Harrison, Farmington, some Bologna, some other schools like that.
We started the second half trailing 28-6. It's been a good second half for the Yellow Jackets. It's now 35-26. The Dardanelle's knocking on the door here. First and goal from the 5. And inside handoff, a lot of traffic. Red jerseys, white jerseys. And I think probably positive yardage, but short of the goal line. Maybe the 2.
Looking back at my notes, I think the Yellow Jackets have only been stopped by themselves. Dardanelle, the Yellow Jackets have not punted tonight. The only time they've been stopped is on those 3 turnovers. No turnovers last week, 4 the week before. Turnovers play a big part in this ball game tonight.
Shotgun snap. Handoff goes inside and into the end zone. Touchdown Dardanelle. They lead 41-26. 5:17 remaining.
Inside handoff. Nothing fancy there. Dardanelle scores. Yellow Jackets after the turnover. Dardanelle drives 40 yards for the touchdown. Makes the score now 41-26. Cruz back on field again. Jeff's been talking about this kicker. When we get a little time, I'll tell you about their junior high kicker.
Kick is up and good. A perfect, 6 for 6 tonight, 42-26. You going to finish that as we go to the break?
Well, we played junior high last night, and their kicker, who is an 8th grader, he kicked 7 extra points last night. Is that right? No, 6. No, 5. It was 35 points. He kicked 7 extra points last night in a junior high game, and they told me last Thursday he kicked a 37-yard field goal against Charleston. I don't think I've rarely seen a junior high kid kick an extra point. I've never seen one kick a field goal. And so this young man here is pretty good in senior high, but they got an 8th grade kid on the way. And late in the ball game, he kicked one through the end zone for a touchback last night in the junior high game. But the Junior Jackets gave a great effort last night. Led early, and then tied the game with 40 seconds to go at 28 all before Dardanelle was able to score in the final 40 seconds to win 35-28.
Here we go, the kick down the field. Nathan Witt returned it for a 90-yard touchdown in a previous opportunity. This time he'll carry it forward, hand it off to Zane Widener, and he'll be met by a host of Sand Lizards up at about the 25-yard line.
I want to mention the 7th grade won again, 30-0 last night against Dardanelle. They have only one loss on the year. I think they're now 3-1 on the season, and those kids are getting better each and every week. And that's a bunch that most of those guys hadn't played in 2 years. There was no Pee Wee team a couple of years ago for that age group, and then last year because of COVID, there was no Pee Wee season. And so those 7th grade kids, some of those kids hadn't played in 2 years, and they have gotten beat better each and every week, and they won last night by a score of 30-0 over Dardanelle.
The offense back on the field. They've put up 20 points in the second half. 5 minutes remaining. Tobin fakes the handoff, rolls to his left. I'll throw a dart up short of the 40. Caught. 45, 50, 45. 40-yard line, out of bounds in Dardanelle territory. Big throw and catch on that one.
I believe that's Dawson Burgess, isn't it?
Number 18, Dawson Burgess, the sophomore for the Yellow Jackets.
Great having his brother last year, Jasper Burgess. Only had him for that one season. He was quite a force, and great to have Dawson for 3 years here, starting as a sophomore.
Back to the line of scrimmage. This time it's a handoff, and tackled in the backfield. Dropped at the 45 is Nick Epley. And that was for Dardanelle, number 50, Asher Hodges. He was into the backfield. He had Nick Epley wrapped up before Nick had a chance to do much. Second down, he might have lost maybe 6 on that. Second down and 16. Yellow Jackets want to try to put points on the board, and an onside kick as the clock's winding down with 4:20 to go. Tobin's going to drop. 5 receivers, or 4. 4 in the pattern. And that ball's batted down as he throws it across the middle. I think he was trying to get Burgess again.
Yeah, that was tipped to the line of scrimmage.
Bring up 3rd down and 16. Stops the game clock at 4:14.
Hey, we do have lots of listeners out there. I just opened up my messages. I got a whole bunch of messages that tell us when the stakeout starts. So we're glad that everybody's listening back home or watching on the live stream.
Shotgun snap, empty backfield. Tobin's pressured to his left. He's going to throw it, makes the catch. Then Dakota Wilfong is going to make the tackle almost immediately. He's going to bring up 4th down and 12 for the Yellow Jackets.
And they were in hot pursuit of Tobin. Tobin got it off on the run. Bannister makes the catch. Yellow Jackets have a shot here on 4th and 2, just outside the 40-yard line.
Fourth and 12. Ball's on the far hash. Tobin's going to roll to his right toward us a little bit. Pump fake. He's going to throw it deep down the right side. Emberton gets behind the defense, and he might have pushed off. Used his left arm on the defender. Incomplete regardless, but the official might call that for an offensive penalty.
I think that's going to be defensive. I think he had him by the arms, what the official's going to say. That he was holding up Brody Emberton. Brody was trying to, you're right, he was pushing off, trying to get rid of the arm.
Okay.
I think the initial call is going to be, it was basically holding the receiver. That'll be a 15-yard penalty, and I believe it's also an automatic first down, but the Yellow Jackets only needed 12.
So we'll keep the drive alive and keep the Yellow Jackets with a chance here in this one.
Once again, Brody gets a step on his man. Tobin with a pretty good pass. Interference keeps it from being a catch. Well, they're going to mark that as a 10-yard penalty and not 15.
And that'll make it 4th and 2.
Or did they call it maybe holding instead of pass interference? Not sure.
At least
about
that'll
that.
give you some options on what you want to do here with 2 yards to pick up the first down. And Tobin's going to go under center with Nathan Witt and Nick Epley behind him, wing T. And he's going to keep it himself. Quick snap, quarterback keeper, and that looks good for 2 yards. 2 yards plus. First down for the Yellow Jackets.
Quick snap. Also, Tobin, when he knows he's going to run that quarterback sneak, he kind of gets in that sprinter stance. He gets low with that 1 foot behind him, so just like a sprinter getting out of the blocks, Tobin gets behind the center and gets a first down.
Back to the shotgun. Fakes the inside handoff. Pass across the middle. And it's Nick Epley with the catch. Close to a first down. Might be short. It's not a first down. That keeps the game clock running. 3 minutes to go. Second down and a yard. So quickly to the line of scrimmage. Oh, the official behind says that's a first down. And that stops the game clock at 2:59.
We're trying to get the sticks moving. We got ROTC guys, but they're high school kids that are running the chain gang. They were trying to get them to move along with the first down.
You had a demonstrative official and a demonstrative head coach trying to get that straightened out. Tobin's going to pass. Tries to get Burgess again from the middle to the sideline, but he can't pull that one in.
Good coverage. Looked at Emberton going down the middle. He was covered, and then these 2 receivers crossing here to the near side. Good coverage by Dardanelle.
But the game clock is stopped. Second down and 10. The football's at the 20-yard line. Tobin's in the shotgun. Moves to his left. Ball's tipped, batted up into the air, and a diving catch is an interception by Dardanelle. The ball was tipped near the line of scrimmage. The defensive back comes in and makes a diving catch, and it's a turnover. That's going to go down as the 3rd interception of the night to go along with 1 fumble, and that may be the Yellow Jackets' last opportunity tonight. Boy, you thought after trailing 28-6, you could have got a touchdown there and an onside kick. Maybe you gave yourself a chance here at the end, but looks like it's going to come up short late in this one. 42-26 the score, 2:42 remaining.
4 turnovers on the Yellow Jackets, but 2 of those passes were tipped. That was another one. The ball was tipped, and then the defender came in and made the interception.
Shotgun snap, inside handoff, and dropped short of the 25. But I don't know. You 28-6 at halftime. You could have thought this one could have got away from you, but it was a fantastic third quarter and overall a very good second half to defense kind of slowing down that Dardanelle Sand Lizard offense. Only able to put up 2 touchdowns in the second half compared to 4 in the first half. The offense getting going, and so you had some positive things that you're going to come away with at the end of this one tonight.
Yeah, and going into conference play next week, that'll be a huge game at CAC. But the Yellow Jackets did have some bright spots here tonight they can build upon, and then some things they can correct as they'll make the road trip down to North Little Rock next week.
Handoff, we'll see. That may be short of the first down marker, 3rd and a yard.
Get some other Yellow Jackets in the ball game now. One thing with the white uniforms, you can tell when the players who have been in the game and who haven't. So Yellow Jackets get some young players and get some playing time right now as the outcome of this one is pretty much settled. Got to give credit, though. The kids did not quit. Could have sat down at halftime, but they came out in the second half and got within 28-20 at one point. I guess a team that was picked number 2 in their conference by the coaches, talking about Dardanelle.
First down for Vega on the run. He's going to end up, would think, with over 200 yards tonight on the ground. He may be over 100 through the air.
He reminds me a lot of Michael Perry. If you remember him years ago at Pottsville, the do-everything quarterback.
Superman.
Yep. Really not sure why Dardanelle still needs their first team guys on the field either right now, leading 42-26. This will probably be the last time these two teams play in a while as Dardanelle's going to move to Class 5A. They played these last two seasons, non-conference games. Both teams needed games, but talking this week, this may be the last time these two teams play in a while. With a win, Dardanelle will now hold the series lead 6-3 over the Yellow Jackets. That dates back 20 years. But the Yellow Jackets give a valiant effort tonight, Jeff Hall, and we'll regroup for next week.
That'll do it. The players will line up at the 50. They'll shake hands and show a good sportsmanship. The coaches as well will walk the field. And again, that's good to see. After last year, the COVID year, when we didn't get to see that after ball games, it's returned this year, and a good sportsmanship on a warm night here from Dardanelle. Well, let's take a break. Stay with us. We'll come back. We'll wrap this one up. You're listening to KHPQ in Clinton High School Sports.
You know, life here wouldn't be the same without a sense of community. This is a wonderful place to live. The home of the Chuck Wagon Races, Greers Ferry Lake, and of course, Joe Lee Chevrolet. You know, Joe Lee Chevrolet is famous for fairness, honesty, and square dealing. Now for 4 generations. Sure, you can buy a new Chevrolet car, truck, any other place, but this isn't anywhere. This is home. They invite you to come on down to Joe Lee Chevrolet, where they have large rebates and incentives plus low interest rates. Joe Lee Chevrolet, Highway 65 South in Clinton.
I'm Dr. Tony Manning with Conway Regional Surgical Associates, and we're proud to provide our patients with some of the most advanced surgical procedures in Central Arkansas. Conway Regional continues to invest in the latest surgical technology, and with our team of highly trained and skilled surgeons, we can provide treatment for a variety of conditions, including advanced, minimally invasive colon surgery. You'll find the comprehensive surgical care you deserve at your community's hospital. To learn more, visit conwayregional.org or call 501-327-4828.
Wherever the river flows and however the game goes. The River Company is a proud sponsor of Clinton Yellow Jacket Sports. Just like in sports, you want someone who has your back. The professional team at the River Company Insurance does just that. They'll work hard to find you the most coverage at the best possible price. Whether it's business, farm, ranch, personal, or automotive, the team at the River Company will get you exactly what you need. Sports is a team effort, so come join the team at the River, formerly S&P Insurance.
We have partnered with Carti to bring world-class cancer treatment to Van Buren County.
Some chemos are between 1 to 2 hours to 8 hours. So when patient is sick, diagnosed with the cancer, traveling to Little Rock, that's a pretty long day for sick people. Back in the old days, you had to get on the interstate, go to Conway or go to Little Rock to get your chemo treatments. My mom, for a year and a half, was able to take them right here in Clinton, Arkansas. Big peace of mind for my mom.
Ozark Health, your community hospital.
Friday night at the stadium is not the time to worry about your finances. Let First Arkansas Bank and Trust ease your mind with their mobile banking capabilities. You can check your balance, transfer funds between accounts, and even find the nearest ATM for dinner after a road game. The free mobile app is available on the iTunes Store and Android Market. You can cheer loud and proud for the Yellow Jackets because First Arkansas Bank and Trust has you covered. See a branch for more details. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Towing and recovery is the last thing you think about until you really need it. Then you really want the best. There's only one name to call, Justin's Collision Repair Towing and Recovery. They have the largest and latest model recovery fleet in North Central Arkansas. From small towing to heavy-duty towing, Justin's Collision Repair Towing and Recovery on Highway 65 in Clinton is the one to call, 745-2992. That's Justin's Collision Repair Towing and Recovery, 745-2992.
The all-new Cowboy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Clinton is gearing up for football season. Yep, we've got a huge lineup of Rams that are sure to fit all of your tailgating needs. So put on that lucky jersey and score huge savings during the summer clearance event. Can't wait to see you at the all-new Cowboy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Clinton and at cowboycdjr.com.
Life is better with football. And with First Security, we have the resources and the know-how to tackle your needs, plus a local team you can count on. So you're making better plays because First Security is making better happen during this season and every season. What's your better? Get there with us. Stop by your local First Security Banking Center or visit us online at fsbank.com today. First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Friday night at the stadium is not the time to worry about your finances. Let First Arkansas Bank and Trust ease your mind with their mobile banking capabilities. You can check your balance, transfer funds between accounts, and even find the nearest ATM for dinner after a road game. The free mobile app is available on the iTunes Store and Android Market. You can cheer loud and proud for the Yellow Jackets because First Arkansas Bank and Trust has you covered. See a branch for more details. Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Jeff Hall, Mike Colley back at Keenan Field at Dardanelle, Arkansas, as the Yellow Jackets lose tonight by a score of 42-26. Look back at the scoring in this one. Dardanelle got the ball first, drove 73 yards, and Vega threw a 26-yard touchdown pass. Cruz Castro kicked the first of, 7-8 extra points. He hit that one, and with 5:13 to go in the first quarter, Dardanelle was up 7-0. Yellow Jackets came right back. Big runs. They took over the 22. Big runs by Widener and Epley. Eventually, Tobin would carry it in from 1 yard out. The Yellow Jackets would drive 78 yards. The two-point conversion was no good. And at the end of the first quarter, it was Dardanelle 7, Clinton 6. Dardanelle on their second possession of the ball game took over at their own 35-yard line. And it was a Vegas second touchdown pass of the night, 25 yards to Logan Crow. Cruz picks the extra point, and with 8:02 left in the first half, it's Dardanelle 14, Clinton 6. Yellow Jackets fumbled on their first play of their next possession. Dardanelle took over at the Clinton 16-yard line and quickly in two plays scored on a 15-yard run. Cruz kicked the extra point, and with 6:57 left in the first half, Dardanelle now led by a score of 21-6. Yellow Jackets would have a pass picked off, and Dardanelle would score once again with 2:07 left in the first half as they drove 64 yards, and Vega capped that off with a 1 yard touchdown run. Cruz's extra point made the score 28-6, and that would be the halftime score. But the Yellow Jackets did come up 1 yard short of the goal line on the final play of the first half. Okay. Third quarter, Yellow Jackets get the ball first, and the Yellow Jackets took over their own 20, but Nick Epley had a kickoff return, got the ball to the Dardanelle 48-yard line. Epley would eventually score on a 10-yard pass from Harley Tobin, and with 8:50, the Yellow Jackets were on the board and cut the lead to 28-12. They forced Dardanelle to punt their only time of the night. The Yellow Jackets took over again at their own 20. And a big play in that drive was a 4th down and 7 pass to Zane Widener to keep a drive alive. Tobin would eventually score on a 4-yard touchdown run. And then Zane Widener, 2-point conversion, would cut the lead with 1:38 left in the third quarter, would cut the lead now to 28-20. The Yellow Jackets were within one score. Dardanelle would take over at their own 46-yard line. And that drive would carry over into the fourth quarter, and Vega would eventually score from 4 yards out. Cruz kicked the extra point, and Dardanelle extended the lead now to 34-20 with 11:53 left in the game. But the Yellow Jackets were not done yet. Nathan Witt took the kickoff back 90 yards for a touchdown. The 2-point conversion was no good. And with 11:44 left, the Yellow Jackets had cut the lead again to 35-26, and they held Dardanelle on 4th down at the Clinton 45-yard line. But on the next play, the Yellow Jackets threw an interception, and that would lead to the Yellow Jackets undoing as Dardanelle took over at the Clinton 40. They would drive 40 yards. Vega would score from 4 yards out. Cruz kicked the extra point and made the score now 42-26. And that's would be the final score tonight. Clinton loses tonight by a score of 42-26. Yellow Jackets are now 1-2 on the season. But those are all non-conference games. It starts for real next Friday night as the Yellow Jackets travel to North Little Rock to Mustang Mountain to take on CAC in the first conference game of the year. Dardanelle picks up their first win of the season, and they are now 1-2 on the season. Dardanelle now leads the series 6-3, and they have now beaten Clinton 5 straight times since the Yellow Jackets won here back in 2005.
Well, we lost our statistician, Coach Matthew Post, stepped away from it. He gave us some numbers there before we were in the break earlier, and a lot of guys touched the ball tonight for the Yellow Jackets. Gave some tackles as well.
Might throw in just a few things that Vega accounted for 305 yards. He counted for almost 400 yards last week against Charleston, but he gets 206 on the ground, 99 through the air tonight for 305 yards. Total offense was pretty close. We had 381 yards of total offense. They had 390. Both teams ran 56 plays. But what was the difference? It was the 4 turnovers that the Yellow Jackets committed tonight. Dardanelle without a turnover. Yellow Jackets rushed for 228 yards tonight and threw for 153. Dawson Burgess, 2 catches for 49 yards. Zane Widener, 2 catches for 60 yards. Nick ends up the night with 83 yards. Epley with 83 yards. Widener with 42 yards. And Jacob Hutto, I think, with 29 yards tonight. Leading tackler for the second week in a row, Cody Davis with 7.5 tackles tonight. First half, Dardanelle converted 6 of 6 on third down conversions. In the second half, they were only 1 out of 6. So the Yellow Jacket defense did pick it up in the second half. And the Yellow Jackets got back into the game, had a shot. But Dardanelle's going to get out of here tonight with a 42-26 victory.
Hey, First Arkansas Bank and Trust Player of the Game. Appreciate their title sponsorship of us again this season, along with being the title sponsor, along with Cowboy Dodge of the live stream tonight. We might make our Player of the Game Ryan Jones. We had a great night on the live stream. He's back. We'll get him to visit with us one of these halftimes this week and talk about where he's been since we were on the radio this past spring. And he's got his Army pants on tonight that he's come back. So I've seen pictures, but I haven't heard the story yet.
He's going to play Army first thing in the morning, so he is back on duty at Camp Robinson.
So we're thankful for his service and training that he's had in these past months and graduated from and completed. And we'll catch up with him along the way. Had a good broadcast tonight. Things look real smooth. Sitting to my right there, Ryan Jones in the KHPQ live stream. Thanks to First Arkansas Bank and Trust. I don't know, Player of the Game tonight. It's one of those nights where a lot of guys touch the ball. A lot of guys are blocking for yards. Defensive players getting in the mix. I don't know if we necessarily had a standout tonight. You mentioned Cody Davis again, leading tackler again on the defensive side of things. Thought Zane Widener did a lot of good things tonight. Offense, defense, returns. Had a good night. Nathan Witt had a thrilling 90-yard touchdown for a kickoff, a return on that. Nick Epley, another good night. And a lot of those guys, go both ways, plus offense and defense. It's good to see Ashton Hoyle tonight in action, I guess, for the first time in 2021. And, boy, again, you get him and Josh Witt and who else up there when they're on the line together, some of the guys, and they can be a formidable line play you anticipate from the season here going out. Any other things stand out to you tonight?
Played a good ball club tonight. Don't be deceived by Dardanelle's record. They had played Booneville and Charleston, 2 really good ball clubs, and so they had a good ball club. They got a great quarterback who looks like he's back healthy again. But the Yellow Jackets also put 26 points on the board, and could have come out in the second half and just played out the string, but the Yellow Jackets came back and cut it at one time to 28-20. And so you got to take some bright spots out of that. This bunch don't quit. And there's some things they could correct. The Yellow Jackets did not punt tonight. They never stopped. They were never stopped by Dardanelle, but they stopped themselves with 4 turnovers, 2 tip passes out of 3 interceptions, and just kind of a mishandle of a handoff that cost us in the first half on a turnover. So you can, things you can correct, but the Yellow Jackets have some ability. They got quick strike ability. They can score And I think next week is a really big ball game as we open conference play. It's going to be on the road. We need everybody down there we can to help this bunch out. But it's a really big ball game. You got to get 3 conference victories somewhere, and that pretty much gets you into the playoffs. The Yellow Jackets have made 5 straight trips to the playoffs, which is a school record. They'd like to extend that to 6. But, boy, it really helps if you can get off to a good start next week and beat Central Arkansas Christian. And we haven't been to Mustang Mountain in a while. And the Yellow Jackets, we'll talk about it, but last year the Yellow Jackets had almost another shootout last year with CAC. CAC had a lot of seniors last year, including the coach's son was a leader on defense. A lot of those guys are gone. And so Yellow Jackets got a shot next week as they go on the road. They usually always play CAC tough. We're usually pretty physical with CAC. So we'll see you next week on the road. If you can't, you can listen to all the action on KHPQ and KHPQ live stream on Facebook and YouTube.
And just to wrap it up, looking at my roster again, remembering these guys' names and numbers that we talked about, I want to go with Cody Davis for the first Arkansas Bank and Trust player of the game tonight. This year's linebacking squad, maybe not the biggest in some of the guys as they've had through the years, but Cody Davis, again, having another big week on the defensive side of the football. Gets his touches when he can on the offensive side, carrying the football, but when you got 5 or 6 guys getting touches, there's not a whole lot to go around for that, but a good night on the defensive side of the football. Kind of reminds me of who did we see last week in the Razorback-Texas game? Maybe Hayden Henry. I don't know if Hayden Henry is as big a guy in SEC football as being a linebacker, but he had a huge game last week with Texas, a lot of big plays. Maybe Cody Davis like that for the Yellow Jackets side on the defensive side of the football. And he's our first Arkansas Bank and Trust player of the game.
Yeah, great job 2 weeks in a row defensively. 11.5 tackles and a sack 2 weeks ago, and another big game today. Defensive linebackers, him and Hutto, getting better and better all the time. And also credit the defensive line with doing a good job of keeping the linemen off the linebackers, letting them make the tackles. And Hutto talked about that last week in the interview, that the defensive line is doing a good job of keeping the offensive linemen off of them, allowing them to come up and make the tackles.
Well, hey, that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Again, as Mike Colley said, hope to see you next week in North Little Rock, just there short of the I-430 bridge at Central Arkansas Christian. It'll be a good atmosphere. If you can't make it, we'll look forward to calling you a game, and we'll get Ryan Jones in again so he can get that broadcast for you if you want to watch that from home. Well, thanks for joining us tonight for Sid King in the studio during the week. For Ryan Jones, for Mike Colley, for Kelsey Robertson, I'm Jeff Hall. You've been listening to KHPQ in Clinton High School Sports.